Можете спрятать в кармашек батончик Lion, дамы и господа, ваш лучший закуп, который уже распочато. Ждем начала. В принципе, по прогнозам, наверное, мы все сходимся на счете 2-0.
Я уже и ставульку сделал тут.
Ставулечку, да?
Конечно.
Какую?
На KF1.18 ты сделаешь?
Нет.
На 2-0?
2-0, 2 соточки на Виталити, 1,6 практически коэффициент. Я думаю, что халявные бабки, почему бы нет. Тем более
человек,
такой...
который на 2-0 форс поставил, кстати, прошлый матч.
Там не сильно жирно. А здесь я более серьезно иду со ставкой, и здесь более адекватный 2-0, нежели было с форзами.
Я, в принципе, согласен, на самом деле. Я, честно, какой-то вообще слишком такой серьезный пессимизм меня окутал в этом матче. Очень серьезный соперник. Да, нафейлил, как бы, да, Виталити там, но не будут же они, как бы, реально...
Чехлить в последнем
Мне
матче.
просто кажется, что это не пессимизм, а ты просто объективно оцениваешь ситуацию, которая...
Ты себя успокаиваешь, что они свои ставки.
2-0, все нормально, Серега, 2-0. Держим кулаки за Виталити. Ну и будем надеяться, что Grayhound все-таки подарят нам экшен. Начинаем мы с их пика, с карты D даст 2. Винрейт на бумаге у них выше. Ну и если моральные силы, дух на победу, Дик Стейси улыбается, у него все нормально.
Да, но просто у Виталити есть Зайву, который на Дасте возьмет АВП просто.
Встанет на машинку.
Встанет на машинку и не пропустит команду Grayhound.
Так,
Поэтому...
ну что, 2 хлопка и передача слова нашим комментаторам. Гомер и Окроха, врывайтесь на каточку.
Спасибо, Федор. Здравствуйте, друзья. Вот-вот уже будет распочата замечательная первая карта этого противостояния. Наши аналитики просто... Уничтожили команду Grayhound так, как Виталити, наверное, уничтожить не смогут. Ну, знаешь, я, в принципе, не могу сказать, что я с ними не солидарен, но когда вот так все хоронят один коллектив, обычно что-то идет не так.
Да, друзья, добрый вечер, но как бы просто так здесь, конечно.
Desk liked the Dust 2 pick. It is quite the statement, going straight into Vitality's wheelhouse, but it's also what's gone so well for the K9 Aussies. Pushes up long. 4 of them. Dexter did throw the flash over, and the CTs are already on the way. I think they got the information necessary. And Zywoo, quite the statement. He's already taken down 2 heads and is allowed to escape. Another one catching Dexter from short. Zywoo's not done. He's on for the ace, and just like that, the star of the show makes a statement. Round 1.
That's insane. That's going to light the fire beneath Zywoo. He kicks things off with a clean ace as well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, that's so insane. They didn't even have a chance to get close to the bomb side there. He just eviscerates them. Grayhound will have to take an eco here, but looks at things that have one smoke, try and get a plant down if they can. Presumably heard it towards short. It's the most viable place to even get close to a bomb site. Smoke towards middle from the CTs here. Vitality off to a flyer, but they are normally prone to losing these second rounds. Well, luckily, it's going to be Glocks across the board. No armor, should be no danger here, and indeed. Towards short, smoking the Xbox. Just going to go up and see if they can trade 1 kill. That normally, if you can just get the 1 frag, Alex, you can actually get a plan out of this. So just going to run up and hope for the best.
Having a go. Quarter rotate will be in, and the frags should be 2. Yep, a massacre. Alex finding himself 4. Kill distribution is quite comical right now. If you crack open that scoreboard, just 2 players with 10 frags between them.
Zywoo and Alex getting it done. 6-0 for Zywoo. He could be fragging a lot harder than that, let me tell you, as we get into the first gun round here. So there's a bit of a test for Vitality. They'll be up against 5 rifles. They've only got themselves 2, actually 3 with the extra FAMAS at the bottom there. It's an M4 for Zywoo, of course. No orb just yet, but not against one, so not a big deal. But I'd expect something a little bit different here. MBK's going to go for the initial tag at the start. He gets one. It's Dexter who will be dropped out of the equation. Dick Stacey's also been tagged down to 38. MBK is a fantastic scout user, looking to find yet another tag here. That would have been the end of Dick Stacey had he had connected, but it slows them right down. And they're holding towards short right now.
That is a huge amount of impact to get out of the scout. I mean, you don't often frag and a half from NBK so early in the round as well.
Yeah, they really needed that as well, considering the weaponry.
Operating at a disadvantage then. Let's see what Grayhound can muster. We'll throw just a bit of utility to keep the CTs respectful on A. Locking in, it's a bit of a 3-2 split at the moment. Rather standard. Will be Apex with his SMG close on the corner of B, choosing to perhaps stay dynamic. He's not been particularly static on this site, ready for that information, ready for that fight, even though he doesn't have the weapon advantage. NBK for the info, and that information hurts. Nice shot from Urkas, but look at the spray! That's a big pickup from Apex. Cuts them down to size. They still have the numbers disadvantage as they come in for the plant.
And it's 3 rifles on the retake here. Dick Stacy down to just 1 point of health. He was the one planting the bomb here. No HE flying in, so it does go down. This is going to be so difficult. They've got no utility for the door. They can't really hold the window. That nade's got him for sure. Zywoo descends it over. The underarm works out nicely here. Malta, he really is going to struggle on this one. He'll get 1 kill, but they know he's low, and it'll be Zywoo to close it out. Really clean round there. It's MBK doing so much damage. Sure, he got the 1 bang. That's what he received towards the B side, but he tagged another, set Apex up for that double kill, took Dick Stacy to 1 HP, and that's a massive round for Vitality. Bomb planted doesn't now allow Grayhound to buy it to the next one, but still going to be around the $4,000 mark. Look at that HE go. Dick Stacy didn't stand a chance. Flashing over, clean finish for Vitality. They can pick up a couple of AKs now as well. They really are off to a flying start. Doesn't look like they will go for the full investment for Grayhound. They could have got AK armor, maybe a couple of smokes in the mix, but it's not really enough. So they're going to take the partial buy here.
There hasn't been much fragging over the course of these 3 rounds.
No.
They haven't managed to accrue any extra
3 kills
cash.
total in 3 rounds.
Yeah, not much dosh. And so they're going to be taking this half one straight towards long. The Molotov from Alex will not catch Dexter. He's well ahead of the curve. 2 CTs to receive. The flashes are good. Can they get across? RPK towards Balloon. He's staring at it. That's going to be a weapon if they can get away with it. Dexter's got full health with it. He can catch Alex. Grayhound, they're making a good go of this. Zywoo's caught off in long, but I don't think he's the one that's caught off. They're locked in here with him, and that's huge from Zywoo. Do not come to long. Twice they try it, and 9 frags in the 2 times they do. Zywoo sends them home.
12-0 right now. Another quad kill round for him. He really has turned up to this one. He's got a 248 ADR at this point. Round 4 is his. It was looking pretty decent for Grayhound. They managed to get some wiggle room there. It was actually Dexter, who's been their star player so far, gets himself a couple of kills, but it wasn't enough. If Zywoo is alive, anything can and will happen. Finally, Csgo bring out the AWP. Vitality haven't had to yet. They just keep killing everyone. Zywoo's not even gone down to allow it to happen.
Yeah, Zywoo has yet to pick up the AWP. He's already got himself 12 frags in 4 rounds of play. Quite the way to start the series, quite the statement.
And remember, this is the pick of Grayhound as well. It's going to be Overpass next. The V2 is actually pretty good for Grayhound. It's maps they play throughout. It's going to be Dust 2, then over to Overpass and Inferno. They play both of those, but where we see the third is not looking likely Vitality keep this up. What an opener this has been. Still very early on, but it does not bode well at all.
I mean, if you're Grayhound, right, at the back of your mind, you're definitely thinking, I hope Zywoo doesn't show up today.
Yep, exactly.
Well, he's removed that thought from the back of their mind, instead put bullets in between their ears. Great work from him. Let's see how this one plays out. 60 seconds as the smoke arrives on long. That will likely deter Custom Malta. Never mind, it encourages them. They're going to flash through it. Great work from RPK, stands vigilant, and another from Zywoo. Cass breaks the drought, but I think Dexter, he is going to be somewhat of the linchpin if Grayhound want a chance at their first. Great position on the edge of the smoke. He likely will be traded. No, catches MBK through the smoke. They could go B here. He's going to likely make the call. They do turn tail from long. Dexter's low, though, and as Zywoo, he's pieced it together. Already Dexter caught, and now weaving his way towards tunnels. This is not a guarantee. This is not easy.
This is perfect, though. They've got 25 seconds here. They have to go B now. And he's going to wait in tunnels.
Oh, no.
He at least gets one of these, if not both. Because the AWP coming in second, he's got it.
They
He's
won't have the knives out.
no, but they won't be able to detect him. Csgo can't trade this.
Yeah, that's how the round ends. Csgo, 15 seconds. Actually, Zywoo retreating. He might have a chance to go in towards the site. Time really becoming a factor. Alex is coming from doors. Csgo realizes it. He's going to have to smoke onto the bomb. No time. No time for the plant. He's going to lose it. They're not going to kill him after time. But I don't think Vitality care because they are on the tear. Huge work.
He hasn't died yet. We're going into round 6. Zywoo's 14-0. He is doing absolutely everything perfectly. Grayhound still with the maximum loss bonus, but they've only planted the bomb once. They're going to be averaging around $4,000 with Csgo slightly beneath with 3,500. They're going to take a timeout here. Neelam needs to get stuck in and work out what the problems are, but unfortunately, we've discussed this throughout. When players like Zywoo are playing like this, you could have the best strategies in the world. You could operate in a perfect manner. At the end of the day, it's about who clicks on the heads first, and Zywoo is just head and shoulders above anyone on the server right now.
The desk perhaps igniting a fire beneath them. The conversation of who is the very best in the world, it's always going to be a conversation. Any sort of competition, people want to know who is the world's best.
Well, he's making a statement for it right now.
He really is. 14-0. Quite the KD. Like it's going to be a technical pause, actually. Which means that the mics will be muted. Fist bumps coming in, so does look like we're going to be resuming play. And back into the action we go. If you have just joined us, welcome to the StarLadder Berlin Major. I'm Machine, he's Henry, and this is the last spot available in the Legend stage. 2 teams, 1 spot.
Didn't we agree on Henry and the Machine?
Sorry, Henry and the Machine, that's
what
right.
the official tagline is. T-shirts are available next week, but until then, we will be casting this one, Grayhound. And we said technical issues, no one's chatting right now. Here, the frags so far, you can see Csgo, they're all at 0 and 5. He's going to have a rough one up against Zywoo in his current form. As you can see,
233 average damage per round.
He hasn't made a mistake yet. I've been watching his POV from our PC here, and every decision has just been spot on. He knows what he has to do to win the rounds. He's positioning himself in such a stellar way. And that moment there, when they're going back towards T-Sport, he knew that was coming. There was just no doubt in my mind he was going to lose that one. He gets that first kill. There was a slight chance that Csgo comes in and hits the AWP shot. He just falls back, buys time, denies the plant. Just perfect. Round 6, back underway. We are going to see
Zywoo warp.
That's Zywoo AWP. Just to mix things up.
Yeah, it took us 5 rounds.
Apply some more pressure. Double AWP setup.
Okay, so NBK will pick up the secondary. Let's see how they choose to deploy this. Now, admittedly, double AWPs, very powerful versus those rifles. Could get caught out by something quick with the pistols. Quick is not the word I'd use for what I'm seeing at T-Spawn right now, though.
No, I think they're...
Bit of a problem again?
Another technical problem here.
Yeah, looks like we're going to reload. All good in the hood. Just going to get this one resolved when there is so much on the line. You want to make sure everything is optimal. Can't blame them. It looks like we've just lost Malta, so he'll be joining the server shortly. Don't want to let this frustrate them. Don't want to let this pull the wind from their sails, but if I'm Grayhound, I'm kind of grateful for the breather.
So MBK is checking out the advanced stats there. He's like, Zywoo, do you know you've got like 240 ADR right now, bro? It's like, what is going on here?
That is crazy. 7 KD. Man, that makes no sense. He hasn't died.
Yeah.
Come on, CS. Work it out. 14 and 0. Even I can tell you it's KD.
Well then, we don't have the information as to what's happening here, but Malta is back on the server, so it doesn't really matter. All you have to know is we're back underway. Grayhound have the maximum loss bonus, but they haven't planted in some time.
Yeah, but to kind of paint the picture while we have this extra moment, it's already been done once, but for those joining the broadcast a little late, this, we said, is 2 wins, 2 losses. The beauty of the Swiss system, it does continue to throw those seeds around. Vitality came into this one as a hot prospect, high seed, and they did concede to Simon Gaming. That was where things started to go awry. Actually, NBK, in an interview after that loss, used a rather candid phrase. He said, we played like pussies versus Simon. Well,
yeah.
Zywoo's certainly not doing that today.
No, anything but, to be honest. Get into the double AWP setup, as mentioned, and it won't be a full investment here from Grayhound. No damage on the cross. Scout is out for Dexter this time. P250s to Deagles, 1 CZ for Malta. Smoke towards B, and 3 players heading up short. Again, just trying to get that plan down if possible. That would help out the finances here, but they've got Zywoo to get through first. They don't have a Molotov to get him off that perch, but they head towards middle. B split looking very likely now. Smoke down. 2 players within the site ready and waiting, but MBK, he'll get a taste, but dishes it out. 2 kills with Vitality, but this could still fall apart. MBK is probably going to be dropped here, and that's going to be the AWP removed. Bomb planted. Can they even get the AWP? They absolutely can. Dexter has it. A chance now.
There's about to be a whole lot of flame on that site. 2 available. Alex and Zywoo both have them. It's a tough retake, but they do have the numbers, they have the kits, they have the utility, and they have the weapon advantage.
They can smoke off the tunnels as well. RPK is able to do that whenever he wants to. It's yet to be seen. I'd like to see it, but now the Molotov beneath the window enables you to actually go through that and flush out the right corner. Alex with the first, and Dexter, he'll miss that shot, might as well save at this point. He'll challenge again. Could have got away with that AWP, but decided to challenge. Doesn't really matter, they're going to have a lot of money into the next round, but would have been a nice bonus considering that round was pretty much over. But still, 7 grand on most of the players here, but 6-0 for Vitality. Another clean one for them. Dexter made it uncomfortable. MBK, a great play there, very tenacious. He knew his days were numbered, managed to get a couple of kills before he's dropped.
Yeah, he gets tagged and is willing to re-peek that window. That's ballsy.
He knew they were going to rush him down, whatever happened there. There was nothing covering him. He might as well have gone for 1 more. They recovered the double AWP setup, so no problem there at all. Zywoo still yet to die. We're going to round 7.
No. I was asking about the record, actually. We asked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
We got the answer. 20-0 is the
Rain,
record
right?
from Rain on this very map.
Yes, I remember I casted that game. He was pushing short every single round, finding 3 or 4 kills. That's the official record, right? 20-0.
20-0.
Okay, so we're
It's not far off.
We're actually on for it right now. 14-0. It's going to take a couple more massive rounds, but let's see what he can do. Keep that in mind. Always fun to keep track of these records at the big events.
It certainly is. Csgo evades the flash stick Stacy's using to find a way through mid up on Xbox now. Grayhound Gaming, they chose to take it to Dust 2, and they have had successes on it on the lead up to this series, this deciding series of their major fate. 78% success rate. But their tallest task yet is Vitality, and they have had some very comfortable wins in lead up to the major on this map.
This position Alex is using, we've seen it a couple of times this tournament. I've not actually seen it utilized correctly before this major. It's actually looking pretty decent. Catches players off, nice angle.
You can actually see the tip of the head on short as well from that box. Risky, and then BK, speaking of risky, he's done it again! So ready to challenge, there's bullets coming his way, but he peeks into it and now could be costly. The remaining CTs are exactly where they started, and Csgo will be punching in the digits of that bomb any second now.
Probably not worth going for this one, Alex. If they had smokes and incendiaries, sure, but they've only got a couple of flashbangs. It's not impossible they win this, but there's no point throwing money away for the sake of it. It's very unlikely they'll do anything with that, especially with the AWP involved. They've got an AK-47, obviously can't buy that on the CT side. Might as well hold on to it, let them have this round. Much better stuff there from Grayhound. MBK did hit one shot towards Dick Stacy, but that was about it. The B-bomb site collapses, and it's the first of Grayhound, but Zywoo remains alive here. So we're going to keep following that.
Yeah, that's
storyline.
Thank goodness he's still alive.
Still going.
And actually, interestingly enough, I'm not sure if they're going to keep it. Yeah, I saw Urcast pick up that AWP just because I hadn't seen too much of it until I watched G2 play Dust 2, and then I kind of was converted. It does work. You've been an advocate for it. But actually, you've been an advocate for anything works on Dust 2, I think was how you described it to me.
Yeah, it's really one of those maps where you don't need much tactical depth at all. It's all about really who's turning up on the day. It's a very cookie-cutter map in terms of the defaults. Everyone run the same default on this map. Executions are very similar as well. They'll be opting for lots of B splits. There's not much you can do in that department, but it is cool to watch in terms of a point of view of a spectator because it's very spawn-based. There's power plays from the T-spawn area as well. Not that we've seen that much damage through the door, I have to say. That hasn't really been a mechanic we've discussed that much, which is probably a good thing. At one point, it was almost a bit much, maybe 3 years ago.
Well, that round's probably over then.
Yeah, like you could do, like get auto snipers out in overtimes and Dust 2, it'd be ridiculous. Even with the auto snipers this tournament, I haven't even seen a tag really. So looks like we've got a good understanding how to get safely across towards B as we have another slight technical issue here.
I'm saying it's actually just because we didn't get to see too much from Woxic. I swear that man has an affinity for double doors on Dust 2.
Yeah, his Dust 2 play is always crazy to watch. I always enjoy it.
Already locked in for the next stage of competition.
Yep. I'm happy about that. I want to see what they can do against the big boys.
Not far away as well, the Legends stage. A day off tomorrow, and then we have the top 8 from the previous major and those that have kept their head above water here in the new Challenger stage. One spot, 2 teams, Vitality and Grayhound. It continues. Out of the pause and off the break, 3 cross safely. The smoke has become a regular to enable that safe passage we've just been talking about.
And you're always doing it towards, it bounces off the CT spawn box, so you actually have that veil towards middle. You can sit behind that smoke. If they go for a fast mid play, the smoke will still be up when they come through. So you'll see a lot of players. Shoxy was doing that throughout this tournament, finding great success. But for now, another B split, and that's interesting because Vitality have put 3 players on this side of the map, considering that's where their weakness lied before. But Grayhound still exploring their options here. They want to see if there's any presence towards shore. Now, ideally, you want to flash it, Molotov this corner to push back any potential AWPers. MBK playing towards the back platform now, decides to reposition. He was playing at the window before, managed to get 1 kill. But it can be a difficult spot to hold, especially when they go for a full mid-split towards B. Remaining still with the majority of the utility, but only 2 smokes here. Being very patient, both teams. Allowing middle to be accessing. You can see Alex has been baited in outside the B bomb site itself. They'll have Apex getting the attention to suggest no one's towards middle. He's just getting intel, and Alex won't swing at all till they fully commit to coming out of that area and hopefully get 2 kills. That would be ideal. This just might be a dribble smoke contact play towards B with a flashbang and try and push MBK out of position.
Okay.
They can Molotov through the smoke, but that's not ideal. But that's much better.
Wow, Dexter finds them a way in. Alex likely going to have to support Apex here because through the flames, Dexter's got himself a second one. Alex finally reveals his location. Now, we'll try and get some utility to catch them. Dexter's not far enough, or close enough, excuse me. Does catch Urcast though.
Going for this they are,
Tons.
so
Oh, but look at Dexter's position with 2 HP.
RPK sort of flash towards the tunnel. Do they check this spot?
Of course they do, but Zywoo, he was in the air. Dexter plucks him from it. RPK has to push on it. Damage done. Dexter delays. this fraction of health, he's done a great deal of help for Csgo and Urcast.
They know exactly where both players are now. Alex has spotted both, one towards Kai, he's given that information towards RPK. He can check that position. He can still win this one, but it's a nice shot. There it is. You can hear Neil M in the background. He is a vocal coach, and this time in English, it is a little bit more compromising to hear what he says. You have no idea when the Russians on
With
the
the
server.
Dreamers coach, he could be calling us all whatever he wants.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yes. Good to hear. I like to hear that accent in that interview. And his opening line of, forgot my passport, had to take two trains and a boat to get to the major. Dedication from the Grayhound Gaming coach. Let's see that again from Dexter from his point of view. He did have that Molotov at his feet, just managed to find a gap, and with that 2 HP, with his positioning, with his fragging, he got another onto the star of the show, and he actually stops that record from getting any further. That was the first death for Zywoo. It was all on Dexter to shatter the dreams of a new record. 20-0 set by Rain on the very map that Grayhound chose to bring to the French. Attack pause called. This Grayhound string together the first 2 rounds.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Now we are on the way. 9 for Dexter, and 3 members of Grayhound yet to get off that first frag.
Well, he has been their shining lights throughout this tournament. He has been their star player for sure. And so it's great to see him continuing that form here. Instrumental in these 2-round victories. Starting to come to life now. Grayhound will go for the long take. They've actually pushed Alex right back here. It's very good. Smokes are perfect, flashbangs are efficient. They've got full-on control now. So ideally you want to get your AWP into the pit at this point and then go for a pincer with the cover from long so they can't even utilize the A ramp as a CT force. But that's a long time from now. This is the first piece of the puzzle. Long control, didn't take any damage, and you can see the utility on the CT side. They might have to push a little bit more. They've only got a couple of smokes, some flashbangs here, no kits. This is quite a desperate situation for Vitality now. A very important round for Grayhound.
They're giving them a whole lot of freedom, you're right. Looking at the way the angles RPK's on, he doesn't want to contest at all.
So they're going to do the Xbox smoke now, Alex. Hopefully this is what they go for. They need to send 2 players up towards short, start applying pressure from that position, and just isolate the CTs, allow the AWP to hold long, and hopefully his teammates can pick them up.
In the air. Csgo throws that Xbox smoke that you oh so rightly called. What's that from Zywoo? It's only the one he'll get. 4 versus 4. That limited utility could come into factor, but Apex's bullets do find the head of Urcast. Can't cross,
nice.
and now they can. Dexter finds them a way in. The green light shines, and now they look to cross.
Grayhound needs to be cognizant of the fact MBK is coming from long, but he's only got the MP9 here, Alex. This kill is very important. Now the MP9, not ideal with the range, he's making it work. He's done so much damage here. MBK using it at long range. It's the sewing machine, the MP9, getting it done. They recover both AWPs, so he said that was a massive round. If Grayhound picked that one up, they'd shut their economy down and actually maybe get 2 or 3 off the bounce of that. But still, it's all about the flank, and had the worst weapon for the job, but does he make it work?
You've got to respect NBK with the restraint. I mean, that's a hard weapon to hit those shots with. The restraint, the trigger discipline, he's poised, and he finds the double with the MP9 on the flank. Many players could have got thrown off by their weapon of choice there, but not for MBK. Great moves.
Didn't doubt himself for a second there, did he?
A lot of players are starting to find confidence in that SMG.
Yeah, well, we talked about the Mac 10s earlier.
Yeah.
MP9 has been just as prevalent. Boost towards short to look towards lower B. Nothing spotted at the start. Urcast now using the long smoke just to buy some control of that area. They have got this cleanly a few times in a row now. It looked like that round was theirs previously. MBK with the perfect timing. Fortunately for Grayhound, they do have plenty of money to buy up into this round. Still have 3 smokes, make it 4.
It's a different buy they're up against this time. Looks like they could be thinking about a repeat. Dexter's still towards spawn. He does have a smoke. He could very well throw the same one we saw from Csgo, but 60 seconds. Dick Stacy's on an investigation towards B. NBK's AWP, I think he might have just caught a glimpse of him. It's a hard one for Dick. He doesn't even pull the first bullet before NBK shuts him down. Smoke will land. Alex, he's considering some aggression. Flashed in by his teammates. Malta's completely blind. Shut down and can back away safely. This is perfect from Vitality.
That's really well played from Alex. He knew he had another kill there available. It would have been a bit 50-50 though. He's got a 5-on-3 advantage. He wants to buy time. Look at that clock, 35 seconds. He drops a smoke. He's just guaranteeing success right now. Instead of going for the glory, he wants to make sure his teammates will come out on top at the end. Keep that money strong. No one can afford to go down right now. Need to have this as clean as possible. A missed shot from Csgo might confirm things here. Running out of time now. Grayhound need to work out what the next play is.
Shot rattled off by Csgo again, trying to force RPK into the angle for Urcast. And Urcast catching Alex without the trade. The Molotov stopped RPK from swinging into it. 2 versus 4 though, they're both on long. Csgo connects, smoke present. The Molotov towards Elevator might be able to enable Dexter to get this bomb down, but I doubt it. They're going to push in. Oh, the close! And no, bomb won't go down, and another round for Vitality.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a significant one as well. Grayhound will be getting $2,900 per player into the next round. So that doesn't enable them to have a full buy here. They can get an AWP out, a couple of AKs, but there will be compromises. They'll probably take a tactical pause. Indeed, they will. To allow Neil to come in at this stage. So at the very top end, Dick Stacey, $5,000. At the bottom, it's Urcast at 32. Vitality, they know their money's low, so if they want to buy up into this one, if they did manage to win it, they'd be right back into this one, but it's such a gamble.
I love that we get to give Alex the credit he deserves there, seeing that restraint.
That's why he's so valuable to the team. Remember, he's the in-game leader. He's looking at the bigger picture all the time. He's not supposed to be the one getting all the frags. He's trying to win them rounds and delay the opposition and set his team up.
Yeah, and we're not here to make a frag movie. We're here to get to the next stage of the major.
Does not matter.
There's a whole lot more glory in the grand scheme.
Yep, I agree. They are going to invest somewhat into this, not fully. You see, one AK-47. Dick Stacey had $5,000, remember, so he spends $3,700 here. His teammates will get some basic utility. The scout is out as well. No damage done at the start, but Dick Stacey's looking to change that. Fast out towards long. CT's, once again, willing to give this one up, and they'll reposition and react accordingly, take short real estate.
It hasn't felt like Grayhound having long control has been all that intimidating.
They haven't done as much with it as I'd like. I wanted to see that proper A pincer before, if you remember. They sent 4 players up towards long, so then there's no pressure because then you've spotted everyone in that position. You can really focus on that. It came down to a 2-on-2, but MBK knew exactly where they were because they didn't have that split mentality. But either way, round 11, still a chance to do damage here, but nothing really exciting me at this point. They've got 1 flash, and how are they going to break in towards B with just a flash?
Yeah, and already Vitality have dug their heels in. That smoke's still up.
His MBK's got the AWP as well, so he's going to have full vision on this exchange. Oh, the nade's brutal.
He could do so much damage with this one. What's he waiting for? A sound cue? Nope, that's the one. Flies in.
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't quite touch him. Right between them. Between 2 ferns. Nice work from Dick Stacey, though. Walking into the site, there's one more to find. It's MBK's AWP. We talked about it. Where's the smoke for the cross? And where's Alex from behind? Oh, this is going to be deadly. Gets the first. Likely going to get a second here as well. Cutting them down to size. And Malta, he can't do anything. RPK does exactly what his leader did. A double for both. And the 9th for the French on this defense.
It was dust too, while Vitality started their campaign here at the Challenger stage of the Major. They faced Simon Gaming. They looked weak. They looked out of their depth. It was 16-8 defeat there. And this is not the same team we're seeing right now. They are absolutely rabid against the Greyhounds.
They are rejuvenated. Forced to swallow their pride 2 games in a row. Changing the color of their jersey as well.
Apparently so. I'm not sure how much that's going to change things,
well,
but it looks much better right now. So each their own, I suppose.
They say you wear black for business. And MBK certainly means it, because he's pushed straight in towards the tunnels. And actually, this time, we'll find nothing for it. That's a free advantage given to the T's.
And
or not.
Looked like that was going to be a double kill there for Dexter. That's unfortunate. Nice work from Apex to bring a frag back. Trying to change the pace there. MBK leading the charge with an MP9. I like that approach. Why not? Let's keep mixing things up. You've got a nice lead here. 4-on-4 does technically favor Greyhound, but Zywoo's still alive and well. So maybe that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, that is quite a big but.
Yeah, he counts for like 2 players, I think. So his presence so far, he's set on 16 frags, so his pace has slowed down somewhat, but still, it's 9-2.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can keep up that pace from the opening 5 rounds.
Ace in the pistol, 4 kills afterward.
That's quite the precedent he sets. Alex keeping mid under lock and key. Dick Stacey a little ahead of the pack. The rest have arrived in middle now. And information from Alex. This is something Vitality do an awful lot of, just jump across the doors. It's relatively safe. And how safe is Malta? Does look relatively confident in the first. Gets it way in, but Zywoo catches Urkos on the advance. Just 2 remain now for the Aussies. Apex still in sight. They're trying to clear it all. Catches Malta's back turn. Csgo thrown into a 1 versus 3. Looking to fake it out, get the information. RPK pincering, and he'll likely be the first contact. And as soon as RPK shows, Zywoo would have swung. No need. Double digits, just 12 rounds in for Vitality.
That was very safe for Vitality. They knew it was the AWP left over as well. Like you said, even if RPK dies there, if they're watching the tunnel, Zywoo's always going to swing in and finish things off there. So it wasn't any real danger at all. So that was great. Well played by Vitality. Another successful round. Double digits now for the French. 10-2. Greyhound on their map pick just can't get going at all. Can't sink their teeth into this. They've got 1 scout. Deagles again. Dexter with an AK-47. He spent the majority of his cash here, but maybe it's the play they need. And the pick from middle, Zywoo, he'll take down Malta. No problem at all. Very confident in his ability as Dexter rushes up towards short, trying to catch someone off guard perhaps.
And that smoke you talked about, being able to play around it. Zywoo's found one there. Just a nice little gap towards the doors. Dexter's trying to make a gap in A, only the one. Dick Stacy's Deagle connects just as he falls, trying to keep them level, but the problem remains, and RPK is going to continue to make things problematic. A triple for him in this round. Vitality are coasting right now.
Yeah, RPK, 3 kills in this round. The tank is well and truly fueled today, Alex. We'll see if this is going to be a clean finish from Zywoo. It's a resounding one, as we'll see 11 rounds on the board there, and that partial buy doesn't get them a plant. There's a couple of rounds left here, and they do have a full buy at this point with the maximum loss bonus, but then it's not getting close to these bomb sites here. Zywoo challenging this scout. You can see how that went down. Very clean kill. Malta didn't have a chance to react to that one. Shots from RPK, backing up his teammates here. Very clinical stuff. Kills the remaining scout towards short. No problem whatsoever.
I feel like pro players can see through mollies, and I can't. I don't know how they...
Remember, we're playing on high graphics, so they'll be on all lows. It'll be a very different experience.
Different visual.
Yeah.
That's a good point, worth making. There's one command you're supposed to have high to see through the Molotovs close, and one you're supposed to have low when they're far. It's a whole mystery. It's
a whole
not
thing.
time to unpack just yet. Zywoo misses the shot and all of that stuff. Dick Stacy does respond though. That's nice. Good flash from Malta. Backing away. Flash in response just to kind of keep the CTs waiting around. RPK tucks himself on the car, and BK in a spot of bother, tagged up and forced to, I was going to say, retreat. I think he realizes they have to respect that mid-presence. Alex on the AWP, misses the first. Great flash as well, but it's caught a Malta. It doesn't stop him closing the gap. They're on towards the site. Malta gets one, needs a second. It's not enough.
Wow.
Quick from Alex. They're so low, but it's a 2 versus 2. Bomb in the hands of Stacy. NBK's managed to continue to find the frags, and now all onto Dick Stacy. They're low. He can do this. He has to do this. Looking for the third for Grayhound. Alex jumps, presents himself, and enables the bomb to go down. Rotate coming in from NBK.
He's coming in fast as well. Oh, he's got the advantage.
Oh
Dick
no!
Stacy.
He was on for the ace. One final hurdle. He didn't have the knowledge on NBK and just caught off guard.
12-2. Good a chance of anything. Dick Stacy there to close things out. Goes to the fake plant. Assumes NBK's coming from long once again. That's where the flank came in from before. It's a good assumption, but unfortunately for him, the low HP NBK falls out of short, finds him out of position, and denies absolutely everything there. No plants again. How many times have they planted that bomb? Only twice. So, 3 times of the round. One by explosion.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, so 3 plants total. It's 12-2. They're coming in, limping into this round. Galil's barely any utility, but they have got 3 AKs and a Krieg. Can they get the third?
The last time we saw a T side from Grayhound on this map was up against Complexity, and they picked up 9 rounds to 2. It was in the second half of their Dust 2 game, but this is a very different story. That's a better start. Dexter gets first blood, and RBK just stands so strong. The turret, the tank. Apex continues to put some pressure on short, allowed to back away as well.
Well, I think, did he see that player towards T-spawn there?
Like
I think
it.
he did, yeah. Oh my goodness, he's done so much damage. Malta down to 25. Last round of the first half here. Remember, Greyhound's map pick. Vitality, a couple of months ago, being speculated as the world's best Dust 2 team. We started to lose faith after their first showing here, but this is much more like it, Alex.
This is ideal. This is the Vitality people were anticipating to step up and arrive in the major. Game 1. If you want any more evidence that Counter-Strike is a mental game, take a look at Vitality then, and take a look at Vitality now. Admittedly, Grayhound Gaming have been struggling to piece much of a T-side together, but I think a great factor of that is the prowess of the Frenchmen so far. Last round's concluded. Zywoo, 21 kills on the half. An exceptional start. He had 14 before he met his first death. But either way, we're going to see if Grayhound have got anything left in the tank on their map pick. Dust 2, it continues after the break. Vitality 13-2. Unlucky for some, perhaps for Australia, because Grayhound Gaming have not looked like they could present too much on their T-Forces. Now into the defense. I'm Machine, he's Henry, and we are jumping into the action in just a moment's time.
They are starting to call us Machine Gun Henry.
Machine Gun Henry.
Yeah, that's not
I
bad.
guess we've got to make a diss track for the other casters. Take our shirts off.
Oh, I'm down.
Put a shovel on our shoulder.
I'm so down. Either way, so Vitality, they will be looking to close things out here. They win the pistol. It's pretty much GG. Aggressive scenes here as Grayhound push towards middle. This is quite audacious. It's going to be Urkas who will be towards top of middle. He's in no man's land right now. Heading back towards shore. I think that's the correct call here. He had no backup at all, but Dexter, he might not need it. Doesn't get the instant headshot. MBK knows he's in trouble if he goes down alone here. So trying to stay alive at this point. It's a pretty scrappy job. I think both players are like, you know what? Neither of us is connecting this headshot. Let's just call it a day.
Hey man,
I'll
truce,
fall back.
yeah? All right, peace.
We both missed. Let's call it that, and we'll go back to our positions. Go
Let's
back
just
to
start
defaults.
again. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit, man.
So double smoke towards crossover looks very likely here. With the flashbangs as well. They've got a P250 in hands of Zywoo. Makes sense that it would go long so he can actually challenge some of these USPs. Dick Stacey knows what's up though. He knows he has some wiggle room here. He can go for some shots. It's unlikely he gets one tapped here, but let's see.
Yeah, the bullets connect and the bodies start to get thrown in that direction. All 5 of them starting to converge on towards the A site. That's what I was looking for. And the shots that Malta was don't connect. Dick Stacey finally does. A flurry of frags, 2 in quick succession. Sicko and Malta looking to catch them on this gap of the smoke. NBK's already managed to get across. The bomb on the back of him. They could boost if they wanted to. I think that's what they're positioning for. Sicko will be presented an opportunity, falls off, and now the smoke's starting to clear. This is a really awkward round.
Good awareness from MBK. What a brilliant round he's having so far. It looks like they have the advantage somewhat, but now they can plant towards short, but not for long. It will be Grayhound sticking the landing there. We said Dick Stacey had a chance to get a few frags there. He gets 2 stunning headshots. It looked like it got a bit messy there as they went for the boost, and MBK didn't plant. I thought they were both about to be dropped. Let's see the replay here. How clean were these kills? Oh, they were very nice indeed.
Not far off from a third. Apex didn't like that one.
No.
But Grayhound, if there was ever a pistol you had to win, it was that one. Let's see if they can build off the back of that, start laying the foundations for what would be an absurd comeback. Vitality have looked so poised on Dust 2. The odds, they haven't been on the screen in a while, but I'm sure they are ridiculously in favor of the French here. And 21-4, a scoreline for the start that certainly will build some confidence for the French fans moving forward in this series.
Yeah, they want to clean this one out as close one out as cleanly as they can. So we'll see if this AK for Zywoo is enough. It's RPK has dropped it, but Zywoo, he is the sort of player that can find 2-3 kills in no problem.
What's their choice with it? So for now, not too much to write home about, but I am intrigued to see what you can do when you have no nades to put Zywoo in a position where he can win a round.
Well, walking through middle would be a good option here because it's unlikely there's heavy CT presence. Like, you don't really see that too much on Dust 2 these days, so that could be an option for them. They're going to try and take some aggro from short here. This is what the pincer would be. They're going to try and get everyone looking towards this side of the map. Then Zywoo can come out and hopefully have some human shields in front of him to actually get a couple of kills. But Dick Stacey's in the prime position. He should be absolutely fine here.
He's going hunting, though, and Zywoo's almost ready for it. That's the first head. Zywoo preparing himself to hand out
Hide, boys. Yeah. He's coming.
Yeah, careful, there's an AK, and it's Zywoo. Alex has got himself a FAMAS. He's gone at least, but that does reveal his location. Flashes, they always want to lock him out. Zywoo from the back of long. He's the only man standing. This should not be possible. With 30 seconds, bomb loose, and they can just tuck themselves in. Maybe make some crucifixes out of twigs they can find. Some mirrors, some onions, I don't know, anything to stop Zywoo from hunting them down. Nice work from Malta. That's an AK as well.
I thought he had at least a kill in him, but there it is. Just one, and Zywoo, he'll still have plenty of money. It's quite selfless of RPK to say, you know what, I'll give you an AK-47, see what we can do. They're not necessarily trying to win the round there, just trying to really sabotage the finances on the other side. And then when this gun round comes up, one player will be in a pistol, but if you do win that round, you're looking good to close things out. But they only got the one kill, so that's not really a massive talking point here. RPK will have to make do with the PT50, Zywoo on the scout.
Seeing so much more scouts since the economy changes. It's becoming a weapon of choice once again. Kind of fell out of favor once they removed the jumping accuracy, and woof, accuracy is Zywoo's middle name.
Yeah, he had strange parents.
Yeah, they were in a lot. Fresh out the womb into deathmatch.
You know what? It's going to be a CS player. Dedicated life to it. But for now, You can still see the scouts on either side. We do have an MP9 still with Dexter, and the way that weapon has been performing in this event is not necessarily a hindrance. We'll see how this round pans out. Vitality looking to finish this one off without Grayhound getting anywhere near double digits. We'll see how this goes down now. Default and heading towards short.
Okay. Sicko's going to get the first information. That shot hits and that nade should finish it. Great work from Sicko. All of the tools at his disposal. That will, of course, put the weapon upgrade in Zywoo's hands. I think you call that bittersweet.
Well, it's a lovely start for Grayhound. They are on the back foot in the weaponry here. If they can win this round, we might be onto something.
Stacey's on long though.
Oh, he is. He's right by the doors, isn't he?
Well, I thought he was going to tuck himself into that corner. That would have been a guarantee onto BK. This duel's an interesting one and an important one. Now the numbers level, but also long forgone. Sicko, Urcast, they have to be conscious of that. The smoke's already on short. They're in such a dire strait. Sicko, close quarters in the smoke. This has to be a double. Nice work from Urcast. He has still got the bullets to take this fight. Not anymore. Switches to the side up. Alex does find the frag. Where's that bomb? It's loose, and it's a 2 versus 2. Dexter is being caught out. He can be peeked by Alex. He's conscious of it, looking for the jump peek. His fate is sealed. Locked into this until Malta can arrive from long. Actually, that's a huge amount of damage that Malta can profit from. The flash high. He wants to try and find this fight fast before Alex can find himself into an after-part position. That's a lovely choice.
Yeah, really smart stuff from Alex here. He's owned it.
I mean, that is the perfect way to play the leader. You can see why. Big brain all day. 3 frags for the Brit.
Yeah, he couldn't have played that better. That was so smart from Alex. Like, there's no way you read that. You assume he's either on the side towards short or Gandalf. You don't think he's going to drop down. He's got enough time to not be heard dropping down there, and he's angled himself so well. You can see even he crossed over.
That's what I was going to say, like the crouch.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just the tip of the head is all he'd have seen.
With the bomb down, there's not enough time to just walk across that area, so he knows he's got such a massive advantage there. That's very well played.
Here are your odds as well from GG.bet, the bookkeepers of the major. As you can see, I was hinting that the odds would be ridiculous, and they certainly are. Vitality, hot prospects. 2 rounds is all they need to win the first. This was the choice of the Australian squad. The Oceanic squad, I should say. Flash through mid. Just a non-committal investigation from Apex. Just pokes his nose around the doors, doesn't sniff anything out. I think Stacey's 5'7", has done some ridiculous things earlier. And actually, as that Molotov leaves the hands of Apex, I thought he might have swung.
Me too. Oh, the flashbang's just brutal, though. This is looking very good as Vitality find the opening picks here. Urcast will bring 1 back with the 5'7". Alex, though, knows he's there. This flashbang, is it enough? Not quite. Urcast repositions, and Zywoo looking to make up for it now. But surely the CT will fall back, but using the smoke as cover here. Zywoo want to see this coming. I think Urcast has done a great job here. Gets himself another. RPK surely finishes things off, but no, he will get away. They've got the man advantage. 3 versus 1. RPK will get the plant just to guarantee the cash here, then see what's available to him. He'll drop the smoke on the bomb side, presumably.
Yeah, smart plant spot so he couldn't get caught from the jump peak.
He saw him.
Got the info. For 3 here. Does have a smoke if he can get this first. Oh! Nice work from Grayhound, just poking and prodding, not letting him commit to a fight. And 3 from Urcast. He is the hero for Grayhound in that round. Not only does he get the first, but the fact that he lives on, goes aggressive, uses the smoke for the 3rd to take the star out, no less. A huge round when it matters, and a Krieg upgrade before the round concludes.
Yeah, there's a 4 versus 3. The FAMAS comes up trumps, though, managing to get the 5th round on the board. Down but not out. Grayhound will have some finances now. Anything but on the French side. They do have enough for maybe another hero AK, but that's about it. Urcast with the 5'7", getting that FAMAS out, and then using this smoke. This was the brilliant play here. Just using this to suggest he's dropped down, gone towards the site, and he's got a lovely little angle there. Zywoo got a shot off, but couldn't connect to the head. They buy up into this, no less. So, 2 AKs, 2 MAC-10s, a CZ. Expect something very fast here. Oh, well, 5 players towards B. That will do.
Oh,
and there's only 1 player there.
Oh, Malta.
Malta has to throw the incendiary, but they're going to have a fireman ready to put that out.
Malta back turn, plays anti-flash. There's another one coming. He's got to get more than 1. Zywoo's MAC-10 connects.
They're so far away that they have to go for it. This can't go map points. It can't go 15-5.
Not like this. Certainly not. An SMG charge. 1 death. It's just not a save they're willing to do. It's not a pill they're willing to swallow.
Oh, that helps.
That's a catch. Timing beautiful. The nade from Sicko.
No Molotovs as well for the window.
Alex responsible for tunnels. Apex in bricks. NBK the first contact likely. He's close by doors. And Stacey on window. They have to execute this one perfectly.
Yeah, ideally smoke tunnels. There it is. That's going in.
Yeah, Alex is going to play ahead of that one, surely. But that also confirms to him that he can focus his attention towards the site. Csgo gets the first. Alex and MBK, though, they're not done yet. Alex with a double, and it's MBK as well. It's map point, excuse me. First of the series, and huge from Vitality into B with the SMGs. First,
Well,
I think we haven't seen that before from them.
It couldn't have gone better for them. The fact they've gone for a rush B there, and it's a 4-man stack from Grayhound towards Long. They're going to be gutted with that. Like we said, extinguishing the flames. He did a ton of damage there, Molter, about 250, but it wasn't quite enough. 15-5 down on their map pick. And we on to Vitality's choice of overpass next, and it looks like this is going to end here. They don't have much left. 3 pistols, a scout, damage done on the cross as well. And it's going to be Dexter down to 56. He might want to give that M4 over to someone else now. He's got no armor and 56 health.
Yeah, 2 tags from
Swap
Zywoo.
it over. His round's done.
A brutal conclusion on the cards. Many would consider this round simply a formality. Let's see if Grayhound can shut us up. Oh, he's done it again.
1 HP.
He's hit 3 shots with that scout. Csgo has 1 point of health after his
grenade
meetings
could
with
finish him.
Zywoo, and I swear,
Okay.
no. If he went a bit lower, Csgo would have been so damn mad. 1 man, 3 different chances. Malta, he's trying to make this B presence as loud as possible, but RPK just plays the waiting game.
Yeah, looks like we might be done here. 5 versus 3. Csgo, 1 point of health. Alex might help himself to the 3rd frag of the round. Urgas waiting on short. He's got the 5-7. It's not a one-shot kill at that range, but we'll see whether he can find anything here. Alex presumably finishes things off. There's the headshot. You can see, even with a clean one at that range, it still only does 97. Not going to be enough. 5 versus 1 now, and 1 HP to Csgo's name. That's it, 16-6. And that's Vitality absolutely stomping Grayhound on their map pick. It's not looking good.
I mean, it's appropriate, isn't it? Yeah, this is the game for survival. This is the game for the Legends stage, and the very map that Vitality lost their opening game to is where they make their opening statement, and it's a loud one. 16-5 on their opponent's map pick.
Well, what a game that was. We kicked things off with Zywoo going, 14-0. He got a pistol ace to kick things off. They're making sure they bring their A game today. He didn't even finish top the scoreboard. Alex did. 24 kills. What a stunning showing he had in that second half. So many smart plays. We noticed he had discipline to make sure they won those big rounds, and then he really came in clutch when he absolutely had to.
Yeah, I mean, his clutch was gorgeous, but his restraint is something that, when you highlighted it to me, it was important to acknowledge.
Yes.
Very, very important, because coming into a game like this, every single decision you make can cost you. Not the case for Vitality here, obviously. Grayhound now on the ropes going into the opponent's map pick. It's going to be Overpass next.
It is Overpass next, and that's Vitality's home turf. They've been considered the world's best Dust 2 team for the last few months, and that's signs of why. Maybe not so much in this tournament previously, but that's much stronger and a scary prospect for the Australians going forward, because yes, we'll be taking a break. I mean, back with Overpass, and it doesn't look good, because unfortunately for them, there was some great moments from Dexter there, but it wasn't quite enough. He was the only one really convincing me that they had a player that could go toe-to-toe with the likes of Zywoo and Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna suck if our grand conclusion of this series was the mechanics.
Glasses are steamed up.
Yeah, I saw that. You were really enjoying the series.
Woo!
My goodness.
Okay.
Well, it's been getting steamy here, and it will continue to at the casting desk. I think we should probably go ahead and take a break.
I think you're absolutely correct. We'll see you after this.
Change of range.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Predict the outcome. Win the game. Get live coverage and schedules for your favorite tournaments. Analyze, predict, and vote to gain points. Compete with other esports fans and climb the leaderboards. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Do you want to win one of GetRight's very own game-used skins? I do. But you can if you head over to epics.gg.
Doesn't GetRight owe you a knife?
No, that's simple.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Simple, where's my knife, bro? Oh, you know what? Actually, Nitro's still looking for it, too. That said...
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's going to take a while for you at home to get that, but when you do, it was a good burn.
Yeah. We'll apply ice here. We can apply ice to Grayhounds. Zywoo, we talked about it. Hasn't looked that good this tournament. Wow. Start off with an ace and then absolutely destroy them for the rest of the map.
This is exactly what I wanted to see, right? Coming out in the pistol round, just completely destroying Grayhound, establishing a presence on the server, establishing dominance, and once again, Vitality is looking at a team that you would fear if you were Liquid, if you were Na'Vi, if you were Astralis. Look at the stats as well. We talked about Zywoo obviously coming hot, but the guy that we also have been talking a lot about is Alex. If he's all of a sudden finding form, if he's all of a sudden finding some shape coming into the next stage of the Major, then all of a sudden, Vitality is a team that I think could go a long way.
When you see these highlights coming here of Alex, I think, Zywoo in the early stages facilitated this by just destroying them in several rounds single-handedly, but Alex was able to, get a chance to find some impact as well. And what I really like this round here is another example. When it did look like they were in flustered situations, they didn't panic. They didn't make any of those squirrely decisions that maybe they were earlier in the tournament. They stayed super calm, they used their utility well, and you could see that they were fired up. I noticed yesterday when they were playing on the back wing, we can't see them from the main stage, but they were fired up then too. Lots of yelling. I think they got some fire in the belly, and today we can definitely hear it because it's louder than it was yesterday. This is do or die, and I think they finally realized what this all means.
Yeah, and just to be clear for those of you wondering at home, the back wing, basically the inward-facing playing booths or desks, stations, whatever you want to call them. Those are for the mainstream, so they're behind the wall. We don't actually get to see them even though we're sitting in here. So yeah, you can certainly tell the vocal teams, and sometimes teams do it to psych themselves out. They're trying to get back into it. That might have been the case for Vitality, but this one they're definitely in. I mean, Alex just takes off the headset so calmly, didn't even have to break a sweat that game.
But that's good, right, that they're looking this serious right now, because the fact that they've had their losses within the challenger stage fills me with confidence going into the next stage. Because if you leave this, even if it is just against Grayhound, but if you leave this with a quick 2-0 and everybody's on form and everything clicked at the end, it doesn't matter what happened at the start of the challenger stage, because now you're going up against more familiar opponents, teams that you play more often and ones that you've been looking at to win the major.
Yeah, and it's good that you do it 2-0 in a dominant fashion because you've only got one day off. If they still squeaked through, I'd say, oh, they need to polish up. Well, you only got one day. You've got a media day, in fact. They'll have to do some new photos and different interviews for the next stage, so you don't even have a lot of time tomorrow to practice. That's the importance for some of the teams that went through 3-0 and 3-1. They actually got a day or two in there to work on some stuff if they wanted to.
And that's a luxury, right? But Vitality came into this stage of the Major, being prepared for the entire 3 weeks, right? This is a team that we expect to not only move on to the next stage, but also be part of the playoffs. So it's not like that one day of practice is going to change anything fundamental to the game plan. All they need to is some confidence. They need to believe in themselves. And as you said, winning 2-0 against Grayhound, establishing a presence, establishing some dominance against, dare I say, a little bit of a weak opponent compared to themselves is a good sign, moving into the next phase.
Just for the viewers at home, so they don't think that we're just not talking about this matchup, there was only probably 3 or 4 rounds that Grayhound had a chance to win and then, made a blunder, or there was a good play that came in from Vitality. The rest of them was just like domination, right? It just felt like they were getting slapped around the server. And that was the talking point before coming into this. The talking point was, what version of Vitality are we going to get? Well, let me tell you, the one where Zywoo aces on pistol.
This is pretty insane. 17 times played for Vitality, 1 time played on Overpass. Henry said it at the end of the cast, arguably the best Dust team in the world right now is Vitality, and yet they're the ones that are now going into Overpass. It's their choice.
They're inconsistent on Dust too, right? They have lost, before this game, they lost 3 in a row against Liquid, against, who was it they lost to? Simon Gaming, Dream Eaters, one of the two in the beginning.
They
right?
lost to, they Simon did lose Gaming, to Simon Gaming to kick off the tournament,
yeah, they're good in Dust too, but they're very inconsistent. Whereas for Overpass, I feel if I were to pick one map where I think Vitality is a legit good team and potentially one of the best teams in the world, that'd be Overpass. Zywoo is all over the map, especially on the CT side. He's going towards long, he's going towards toilet area. He even sometimes, has a presence on B side. So if Grayhound wants to turn this one around, we'll have to see something completely new from them.
We haven't talked about the anchor aspect on the Vitality side either, and obviously Alex got some praise that game, but RPK is usually pretty solid in these situations. I think he's important to have when you have such an aggressive guy like Zywoo, especially on Overpass.
Yeah, RPK is the guy, if everybody else is missing their shots, he's the goalie, right? He's the one who's hopefully, if Zywoo dies early or MBK gets picked off with the secondary AWP, then it's RPK's job to get to, right? Now, RPK, unfortunately, because everyone else is getting the kills, in games that they're winning is not getting a lot added to his stats. That's just the way it goes. But then when he has games against good teams and they're losing, he also has probably a similar amount of kills. But when they're losing is where he needs to find a different element to his game to step up and find more impact. And that is a very difficult thing to do if you're constantly retaking, or if you're constantly the guy on the bomb site who's getting executed on and your teammates are so far away. So those could be some issues as to why, statistically speaking, he probably doesn't do the best on the team.
Well, it's Greyhound's do or die time back against the wall. Need a much better performance than they found on Dust 2, and that needs to come from more than Dexter. All 5 members need to show up and hit shots, perhaps play the best game of the tournament just to keep themselves alive. With that, we jump back into the game. Map number 2, Overpass with our casters. I'm sure they'll let you know their names.
We certainly will. Thank you so much, Matt, our machine. He's Henry, and this could be the last map of the major for Grayhound Gaming. They're up against the ropes, and Vitality have found everything they needed in Dust 2.
Bear in mind, Grayhound will be changing roster after this major, so it doesn't have that much implication behind it, right? It's going to be Urkas, who didn't get a visa, and he'll be leaving the squad afterwards. But if they're going to go down, they'd rather go down swinging. They want to show their best form here. They've been working very hard. I know they have, and they come from a 0-2 deficit right back to 2-2. First map, their pick didn't go well. Let's hope they can get going here on the CT side of Overpass.
Already contact for Dick Stacy too, trying to take him down. He's just shooting between the goalposts. Doesn't look good. A fresh mag for NBK, and the bomb yet to go down, but they are going to consider walking in towards that site. Urkas is ready to take that fight, but so is NBK, and the bodies keep dropping. Familiar scenes from Dust 2's opening pistol. Again, Vitality finding all of the frags necessary. This time it's NBK to be the hero. Likely going to find the 4th. He does.
Wow.
First an ace from Zywoo in Dust 2 pistol. Now it's NBK's turn.
Absolutely true. A fast B gambit there from Vitality. Heading up towards short, NBK just destroying anyone in his path. Very clean stuff there. Dick Stacy, if he gets the first kill, maybe slows them down. There could have been a chance there, but once the floodgates were open, there was no closing them, and it will be 1-0, and the force fight from the CTs in this second round. And Vitality have been known to give these away. We'll say that much, but not so much as tournament. It actually has looked a lot better in that department. So I'm sure they've been working on that. Let's see what they're going to bring to the table here. They've got 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, MP7 and UMP for Apex and RPK.
See what they can do with this by Grayhound. They haven't been able to make too much damage actually with their forces so far. Smoke, they're going to be able to boost over that.
That's quite cool, actually.
I think they caught a glimpse of them, Alex. He's tagged up and will back away. Vitality probably quite grateful that they haven't lost a player to that one. They were rumbled.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? We'll just fall back. Go back to our default, see what can be done. They've got 3 rifles here, so saw the majority of their smokes. See if they can find this first pick up against the scouts of Csgo. Dick Stacy, no armor. Drop that weapon. They still have 2 smokes remaining and an incendiary, just to note that.
So much utility for Vitality, and they do bide their time. I just went back to his twit longer, and he was talking about the major, all in a very positive light, both organisation and otherwise. He said, no, we can see that full eco coming out. But the statement he made just said he's here to enjoy this last tournament. The best to make the last journey with the boys memorable. While getting smashed on Dust 2. Probably something you'll remember.
Yeah, you probably won't forget that in a hurry, although you'd want to. So it is going to be the 5-man USP approach. He did get that flashbang. Didn't go straight towards middle. Got to see if they can get a little bit of intel here. But look at Alex. He's actually on the A site already.
Oh, wow. I think he could... Was that a back of a... I think he got a glimpse of Malta's back, but instead he just descends towards the bank.
So they might think it's a B stack right now, so they need to be very aware of this possibility. Well, they know exactly where everyone is now, at least. The bomb still heads towards B, however.
Interesting. They could actually boost in some sort of strange twist of fate. Might see a round 3 CT boost in the murky waters. Urkas certainly not going to be involved in it as he's picked himself up an AK. Just Csgo and Dexter. Bomb down. I like the moves from Dick Stacy, though. He opened that door and then just bunny hopped as fast as he could to keep that crosshair locked away from his teammates coming out the door behind him.
Here comes Apex, though.
That's the boost we were thinking about. Rumbled. And with Apex coming in hunting, that's the AK gone. Unlikely they'll be able to save anything. Beautiful work.
The flashbang gets all three of them. RPK will pick up the assists, and we go 3-0. There it is, Vitality off to a flyer here once again on their map pick, T side. And the money should be okay at this point. We'll see if the orb's available. It certainly is. I'm almost certain that will come out in this round. As we head into the first gun round here, Grayhound will be taking a pause by the looks of things to discuss their options. Mac-10 still in the hands of Alex here. NBK, USP right now. I'm sure he's got a gun on the floor for himself. We'll see what he has available. Could be a technical issue again. Has anyone dropped out, Alex? Or are we good? Looks like we're fine.
Yeah, so far so good, I think. I don't see anyone leaving the server. Looks like the M pause is coming in. No funny business. Vitality, they've talked candidly about the correlation, or rather, let me rephrase. NBK in an interview with HLTV after some of their earlier mishaps kind of acknowledged, he said, I don't want to, but I kind of have to acknowledge that we have struggled with our opening games of big tournaments. It's like it's become, you know, the stats don't lie, but Vitality have yet to address it, have yet to solve that problem.
But the only objective coming into this stage was to get through it, right?
Yeah.
Right now, they're on course to do so. Once you get through, everything's reset. It doesn't really matter too much, and they can learn a lot from the defeats they suffered here in this stage of the tournament. They've looked much better as it's developed, and right now, on to close this one out 2-0, considering it's their map pick and the great start they've had. But Csgo, with the AWP, won't have a sniper rival this time. Zywoo will be on towards that creek, so a scoped weapon, but not quite as powerful. Alex with control towards short. 3 players waiting for CT aggression are on our playground position in T steps.
Want to see Csgo come online. Newest addition has ignited some successes for Grayhound over the course of the recent season.
Now remember, Alex is the in-game leader of the squad. He'll be trying to show presence towards B. We've discussed this all tournament long. He's just trying to keep those players on that side of the map. There's actually 3 there right now as his teammates make their way towards long. NBK does get tagged. I thought he was done for there, but he'll survive on 23 HP. Now, what does Alex have to do here? He actually still has a smoke and a Molotov holding towards shore, making they can't come towards that connector.
And all they've seen so far was Csgo calling one toilet's tag. That's all they've got. Nice work from the CTs on B. That's going to really deter Alex. He can't play too far with 13 points of health. Control of the initial toilets given. Dexter actually wanting to take this fight a little bit early. It's more of an off angle, and it's rewarded. Great catch on Apex.
Yeah, this is looking quite good now. We'll see if there's anything left in their tank for Vitality.
What do they do?
I'm not sure. They have to be an execution of sorts. Smokes down, flash over, hopefully overwhelm Csgo.
He's already hit the shot to NBK, and he finishes it a little later in the round. 18 seconds. Vitality are losing players and losing chances. Just RPK and Zywoo, the setup is there. Csgo's going to finish it alongside Dick Stacy, and that's an important one. Grayhound off the starting mark, off to the races. Let's see how far they can get.
That's quite good with Grayhound on the server as well. Is that what you did?
Yeah, that was what I was
That's
trying to do.
pretty good.
Thanks, man.
That's probably your best line yet.
I love it when I say something and you're like,
is he that
there's
smart?
no way he's that. He's not tried to do that, has he? Alex, double A's, are you referring to batteries?
I'm just surprised. You're doing a pretty good job.
Wow, thanks, Dad. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah. First gun round officially. No Mac-10s, no snipers, but still the first time 5 rifles in the hand of Vitality here. 4 AKs and a Creed for MBK. Csgo once again probing towards middle, but flashed off. He'll fall back slightly, back towards the safety of the bathrooms here. Same setup we saw before from Vitality. 3 in the same position, watching for those CT pushes. Csgo positions towards long by the flower bed this time. He has got a player with him, and that is going to be a cheeky little boost. Quite a nice one. It's a different angle. Needs you have some backup in terms of utility as well. It's going to leave him on the flower bed for now. He feels comfortable. Means that Death's going to fall back and just patrol middle.
Yeah, it's such an investment of resources to put 2 players there for a boost. Leave him on the wall. He can still fall off if he needs to. And let's see. Towards long they go, actually. This is where previously Dexter's off angle found Apex, but now instead there's a whole party coming their way. Zywoo smooth moves, could get him on the wall, and Dexter, he's locked in here. He's just going to hope for one. He does have the support of Csgo, and that's huge. Wow. Connecting onto the head of Zywoo on the boost. Apex flashed off. Dexter stands his ground. He's on the hunt. He wants to find Apex in transition. Gorgeous connection. Another frag for Dexter. He has been the shining light for Grayhound Gaming, and he's not done yet! What on earth? Clinical from Dexter to find the second. RPK is not going to let it be a clean sheet or sleet. That's not the word. Backing away, we find our conclusion. Great work from Dexter on long, my God.
Yeah, he isn't going down without a fight. Neil, trying to fire them up right now. It's 2 rounds in a row. It hasn't... Oh, it actually has, you know, $2,000 per play on the Vitality side. RPK 4,000. So they probably have to take an eco here, you know. And Dexter, he really gives it to them this round. He didn't miss a shot here. Look how precise he is. Takes MBK here and the follow-up.
Oh, the transfer.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and no need to use the scope. We're seeing more and more players
you're
actually
right.
using the Krieg without the scope. Don't know if that's going to rustle some jimmies over at Valve. We'll find out. I know that they wanted to see that scope decision for the AUG. The extra first bullet accuracy. And once you've got your head around that spray, it's a powerful weapon. Certainly in the right hands. Dexter's hands are certainly right for the job on round 5. Round 6 we now just have the pistols from the French, and they are starting to close that gap on the AWP. This could get really awkward for Csgo. The Molotov is going to make it just a little bit more manageable. Takes the first 2. Dexter back in his usual digs on long. And this is great work. This will be the 3rd.
Yeah, he's getting into it now. This might be the pick of Vitality, but it's one of the mainstays for Grayhound as well. They're going to put a good fight here. Their CT side is solid, as you can see, especially if Dexter can keep that up. Csgo's starting to come online as well. We're seeing Malta 0 and 4, but his teammates are plugging the holes. Odds coming in now, even with this slight comeback, tying things up. The odds from GG.bet really edging towards Vitality here by quite some margin.
Yeah, they haven't shifted since Dust 2, and understandably so. Quite the statement made by Vitality. See how long Grayhound can build this wall. The big blue wall. And this one, they're trying to break it down quite quickly, actually changing their mind as the Molotov did land from the CTs. They could catch them. Only a sprinkle of damage. Apex taking a bit of more than that. What's more than a sprinkle? A smatter?
A dusting.
A dusting. Urquhart's in trouble. Full flash does manage to creep away towards short. Malta's at the first to take that fight. Dick Stacy arriving on the scene as well. But look at MBK, so poised, so good from Malta. What? 3 frags in quick succession.
His first 3 of the game as well. That's not bad at all. It looks like it's enough. And it will just be Alex here. He was fantastic on Dust too, but this looks like it's going to be too much of an ordeal for him to handle. He's smoked out, bombs down. He will recover the C4, but I don't think that's going to help him out too much here. Trying to get a couple of kills before he is removed. 55 seconds, but his days are limited. He's going to be taken down by Dick Stacy, and Grayhound will take the lead now. 4 players surviving, another eco on the cards here. Neilem getting really fired up at this point. Really can hear what he's bringing to the table.
I love it. Trying to fire them up. You don't often get that insight. Well, certainly our English ears don't often get this insight.
Yeah, indeed. This is Malta. Like I said, he was on 0 kills before this round. What a way to arrive.
He only had a couple of bullets left for that final kill. Just put them straight in, pre-firing RPK swing, and nailed it. Great smoke to learn if you're wanting to advance your overpass game. That one from Dick Stacy does a nice bounce off.
128 tick only, just to know that.
Oh, that may catch Apex. Look at that. Sicko's done that more than once. We're first with a scout on Dust 2. Tags and then frags with the fragmentation device. Just a little bit of armor and some pistols for Vitality. Something the French can do other crazy things with, but Grayhound with their heels dug in and actually quite actively taking these fights. They want that info. They know Monster's clear. They can prepare accordingly. Malta's responsibility will be short, just trying to jump peek for the info. He doesn't want to get a swung deagle from the hands of Zywoo. That's the info he needed. That's the info they were waiting for, and now he can swing, take that fight. It's good. 2 for Urquhart before Zywoo fills the feed, and that will be the end. Grayhound find their 5th, and that is 5 in a row.
Lots of money here. Csgo with the AWP still in his hand and $12,000 after he reinvests for grenades. They've got money for days here. Vitality starting to slow down considerably. 5-3. They do not have the orb once again. Alex still yet to post a frag. RPK 1 and 5. Great stuff from Malta.
I like that jump piece. It's not something I see all too often, actually.
Yeah, you're right. Enjoying themselves now. Getting into the swing of things. Looking much more comfortable here on Overpass. Not such a fragger's map. A lot more tactical than Dust 2.
One of my favorites. Certainly to watch.
Oh, nice damage. RPK down to 42.
That would have been completely unwarranted from NBK. Tried to pluck him through, and actually look at all this wall banging coming in from Grayhound.
Yeah.
So much suppression. NBK, Alex, RPK, all worse for wear. Scabs on their knees.
And on their ankles in some cases.
I was wondering when you'd bring that up.
Save that story for another day, perhaps.
Probably a good idea. Dexter's solo on long. The trade from Csgo could come in, given the fact that he has an AWP, but now he's been forced off, so Dexter really is left to his own devices. That doesn't stop him from fragging, though. That's I think that's his 13th. He really is doing everything he can for his boys. The odds starting to get truly stacked against Vitality for this round.
Yeah, it looks like Grayhound is solid here. This B defense they're presenting as well has really impressed me. They've got a great crossfire mentality there, playing off each other, dropping their utility at the right times, holding on to it, it matters most. And look at that smoke. That's exactly what I'm talking about. 35 seconds, you've locked them out. They're going to push through grey screens now, and the bomb's gone down. They can't go any more forward. It looks like it's another shutdown here completely.
Neelam takes the words right out of my mouth. Coach of Grayhound, trying to get that fire in their bellies.
Yeah, it seems to be working. They keep knocking on the door, the B bomb side, but not even getting close to a bomb plant.
They are no strangers to deficits, Henry.
Yeah.
Grayhound, I mean, we heard it in the pre-match interview with Smix and Neil just saying that, you know, we haven't ever come to an event and won the first game.
Yeah.
That's quite the statement, and that does something to your brain chemistry if you are so used to not having the early advantage. Well, in this series, it's the same.
They consider themselves a best-of-3 team for that reason alone. The best-of-1s is where they fell initially, and now you can see them at the 2-2 game, a map down, still fighting back, and they're now up 6-3. Money not quite there for Vitality either. They're going to have to take another partial buy here. Look at the positioning. There are multiple frags coming in. The understanding of holding on to the most valuable asset you have, which is the smoke. You can segregate the T's there. And how perfect was that? Yeah. He drops the smoke. Zywoo was forced to run through. He gives up the bomb. A low HP RPK behind him. Can't justify pushing through. He still gets spammed through the smoke. They might want to stop pushing this B side. They're not getting anything done on that side of the map.
Csgo's going to try and deter them from Fountain, but the flash sends him home, sends him back to toilets. A lot of early control. Dexter, that is a ballsy angle to try and take. They can push through the smoke. Wow, that's pinpoint. Looks like the railing on Party kind of ruined Dexter's fun. Great pick off from Zywoo. They're looking for that Krieg, and Csgo's going to make it difficult for him to pick it up. For me to spit it out. I couldn't see Apex surviving that one, but he's done it all the same. Full armor as well.
Yeah, they have one rifle now. Still a 4-on-4. Deagles and a couple of smokes here. Dick Stacey trying to position himself behind the smoke, see if he can get anything in terms of advantages just as the smoke goes down there. Unfortunately not to convert that one. Does he pay the price here? It looks like he's got both. Recovers it, sticks the landing on the 3 now, but it's going to be Zywoo. That will eventually take him down, but Dick Stacey's done enough.
Yeah, Urkos is actually going to start working on that flank very slowly, but for now, Csgo just holding the line. Shouldn't be too much trouble. There is a flashbang on Zywoo. If he gets this right, oh, never mind. RPK's already gone, but Zywoo's still breathing. This round is never a guarantee. Bomb on his back. 35 seconds. He knows Csgo's towards the truck. Tries to bait Urkos. Peek, Malta is the one to find the frag on the site. And Grayhound, they've strung together 7 now in a row, Henry.
Yeah.
They have got cash for days. Max money for Csgo. When your AWP is on max money, 10 rounds into a game for your major life, Grayhound have got smiles on their faces, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're believing now. Remember, it's Inferno next as well. Vitality have had up and down results in that map as of late. Round 11 coming through. And for now, we do have the Zywoo AWP for the first time on the T side. Suggests they'll slow things right down here. But the thing is, Grayhound haven't necessarily presented a very aggressive game. They haven't been taking the fight every single round towards the Vitality players. They'll go for this pick at the start, then this fall back. What a great shot that is. Csgo really coming to his own now. MBK dropped. 5 versus 4 once again as Dexter explores his options towards Connector.
That's a great deal of information. He knows no T presence early there.
Yeah, you're right.
Lets his teammates adopt accordingly. You can even see with that Molotov raining in, he can adjust actually to try and This is what we've been talking about, Henry. A bit of a side topic, but players are now using those Molotovs. They're like fireflies. They want to. They're drawn to it. They're drawn to the flame. Using it as a quasi cover. And so now the walk begins. Vitality still back-to-back losses, 7 in a row.
So getting himself in position here. RPK going to boost Alex up here to confirm the bathrooms are clear. There's a kill. Nice work. Perfect boost. Brings it back to a 4-4. Removes the AWP presence towards that A site. Now they probably want to capitalize upon this. They know rotations will be coming through. They still have the option to smoke up and go back towards B. But look at Dexter's position. If he times this well, he's got 2 kills available to him. I think he might have done this. 29. He's going to do it. He's got 3 maybe. Here we go. It's Dexter shutting it all down as Apex can only look as to what's available, and it's not much at all. He will get 1 consolation frag, but Dexter's done it all.
They're fumbling. They're fiddling with their fingers. Vitality, they were running out of time, and Dexter arrives on the scene from that perfect flank.
And we called it at the start. That's so much information gathered at the beginning. He goes through the connector. He confirms there's no Vitality players there, and they just didn't see it coming whatsoever. He couldn't have timed that any better. As he pushes up towards the steps, 3 of them with a back turned, you'd think, okay, he'll probably get 2, but he gets all 3. Really nice stuff here. Dexter's having a fantastic map here. They just didn't see it coming at all. Why is no one even aware of that possibility? Like, he had Apex there in the bathrooms. He could have just been watching that from that position.
It just looks so funny in that replay. He really didn't have to do too much.
No.
Just left click and spray and wins a huge round for his squad. Now making it very no secret that they're looking to charge out. And actually that's the bomb caught. That's going to really throw a spanner in the works because they want to do this quickly. Now the bomb's on the ledge. Sure, you'll get the sight. The bomb won't go down though. Urquhart's in trouble as well. He caught a bullet to the brain. Still breathing. Now that bomb retrieval mission will come in, as will Apex from Monster.
Urquhart with a nice position here, getting himself up. We'll see if Apex detects this.
Oh,
I don't think he is. Yeah, it's such a good position here. You don't see it too often, but this couldn't be a better time for it. Taking back the advantage here. Damage already done with those grenades, but I think received, but I think that's all they'll probably get out of it. RPK now with the P250. What a shot that is. Takes down the AWP. Maybe he has got something to say about this one. No utility. Needs to recover the bomb, which is possible. Grabs it. Gets the plant here, that would be fantastic. Give every player an extra $800. Fakes it out, hoping to bait the CTs through. But there it is, 9-3. They win the pistol, got a 3-0 conversion, and since then been straight rounds for Grayhound Gaming. Dexter, 17 kills and 5 deaths, and they've been very important ones as well. Not just been eco mop-ups at all.
Henry, this is almost identical to Zywoo's start on Dust 2.
Yeah.
Like I want to add context to just how absurd this is from Dexter. He is right there alongside what many consider to be a candidate for world's best player. He started so strong on Dust 2, and that is a big part of how Vitality got such a quick first map under their belt in this series. An elimination series. Winner off to the Legends stage. Loser given a very long plane ride home to think about their mistakes. That's the bomb loss I was talking about. Great nade damage as well. Just to ensure Vitality's pistol force didn't get too out of hand. So 9-3, 9 in a row. Vitality have yet to move off this mark since the third round concluded.
This is kind of insane. I did not see this sort of resurgence coming.
Not at all. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, you know what? I want to see this. Inferno will be such a great test. It's such a classic Counter-Strike map. No funny business like Dust 2, running around, getting 30 kills, enjoying yourself. It will be a proper test, and right now Grayhound look to be the better team, I should say. Like, right now on this map, they're playing this map so well.
Look at the damage they've managed to inflict once again.
And just to add extra context there, this is the pick of Vitality. They're making them look very average here.
Love seeing Dexter on that shelf, manages to catch out Alex. Admittedly, the trade there. The Counter-Strike theory dictates Vitality have the advantage. However, with all of that damage done, HG's bullets in towards the connector from Dick Stacy. Urquhart is actually going on a bit of a mission. That could come back to haunt him. Caught by RPK. And with still 60 seconds of play, Vitality are spread out all on the extremities of the map, hoping to catch another CT out of position.
First advantage Vitality have had in some time.
Can they convert?
I'm not sure. If they go towards B, probably not. They have not done anything there. They're going to be focusing towards middle, Vitality that is. That's where the bomb is sitting right now. RPK will be looking for any potential flanks here. They are at least aware of that possibility as they start to make their way towards A. They still have 3 smokes, flashbangs available as well. And Csgo, he's looked strong on the A site, but he is alone for now.
Yeah, Molotov will be thrown in. 25 seconds. I mean, with the nades landing now, that should be enough of a sign that this is a commitment. But look at that. The logic may be there, but Malta is here on short. RPK, he's been waiting so long for this fight, and Malta wins it. Can't get the second. Zywoo into the site. Vitality have the numbers, and numbers enable Zywoo to get that bomb down. 8 seconds as he starts to get that one in. Csgo missing the shot. It was a crucial one. Could have enabled him into the 1v2, but NBK... great communication, 3 frags as well, enables Vitality to really pull Grayhound around the map to break what was a 9-round spree.
Yeah, absolutely true. Only 1 gun round to their name. A timeout will be called from the counter-terrorists. That's going to be Grayhound, of course. They've got a ton of money here, no problem in that department. So just going to work out what happened there, what were the problems. It was actually a really nice fake for Vitality there. And you saw those smokes come in. Csgo, the only player there. He goes down, and then all of a sudden, they're in towards that B side. They still had a chance to win that, but the shots from MBK just too strong. It's going to be 9-4 as they start to come back into this one. 9-6 would be a very good half, actually, for Vitality. Considering it's their map pick, it's a CT-sided map, there's no reason why they can't dish out equal treatment in the second half. I like that boost towards the shelf, you're right, but it's only good for 1 kill, and MBK closing things out in style. Finishes off Csgo there, and job's a good one. 1 for 11 for Alex. After going 24 kills on Dust 2, he has been silenced here.
Yeah, Grey Order issuing a gag order. 18 frags from Dexter, starting to slow. Zywoo, quite the opposite, charging towards Playground NBK.
What?
He's using that scout to great avail. That was a sniper battle of sorts with the Krieg. Stacey a little more cautious. Been succeeding, or at least getting a lot of damage through that duel. But for now, Vitality, they get their first advantage early in what feels like forever. Round prior, of course, an exception. Wow, Malta, not only the first, but ready to adjust onto NBK. Grayhound shift the momentum just like that. Click of the fingers and a click of the mouse puts it back to an even keel. Nice work from Zywoo on Dexter. He was pushing on the long. Where's the bomb? It's going towards B.
It's the back of Zywoo. He will be holding the AWP right now. 3 versus 3, but it's Urcast who goes towards short. Malta on the side. He's already got 2 frags to his name. Urcast does push off to a bit of an off angle here. 45 seconds. If he could drop the smoke towards short in the next 5 seconds, it'd be fantastic. I don't think he'll have the chance to. Smoke goes down, and Urcast almost certainly has his kill on Alex. There's no way you can preempt this. There it is. Now, the other 2 players going in towards B from Monster, silently for now. But it seems like Urcast was aware of it. It gets the timing wrong.
Malta, time's been on his side, and I think it might be again. Look at that. As soon as Zywoo pulls the bomb off his back, Malta arrives on the scene, and Grayhound find double digits. My goodness, it is somewhat of a repeat from Dust 2, this time with the logos swapped. 10-4.
Well, there is money for a final buy here on the French side, but that B bomb side, they can't crack it open. The only success they've really had is the A fake back towards B. That was lovely. That really worked out for them. But anytime they've actually just tried a full commitment towards B without any sort of presence towards A, it all falls apart. And once again, Malta, this time they want to shut them down. Really solid hold from him. Timed it to perfection as well. As soon as Zywoo's removed from the equation, once he's planting, that's when he strikes, denies a plant, and everything goes in their favor. Final complexion of from Vitality will be 3 rifles, 2 pistols. Really not ideal, but maybe Apex can find his first kill. Absolutely can. That's recoverable as well, that rifle.
Yeah, MBK just lost a boatload of health, though. As did Apex. It's a good catch. Urcast, look at this. He's got a plethora of different off angles for holding this tunnel. Can't help but feel that they'd catch a glimpse of his toes, but he's crouched. And despite the absence of success on this site, they go once again towards B. Their final shot at trying to find the 5th. Vitality into the site. They pour in. They're so tagged up, so low. And so smart. Nice work from Urcast. Anticipates the late presence towards short. Dick Stacey onto RPK. The bomb's still not down. It's in the hands of Zywoo with that Krieg. And he's presented an opportunity. Dick Stacey's the one to make it hurt, though.
Well, Alex is in a lot of trouble. Painted into a corner here. 12 HP, and there it is, 11-4. Who would have thought after Dust 2 that Grayhound still had this left in the tank as a more tactical map? They've looked like the better team, and at halftime, they have a resounding lead here. They will be swapping over to the T side, but there's no reason why Vitality can't dish out that sort of performance as well on their map pick. We'll take a break.
Grayhound Gaming, after losing their map pick, have come into Overpass. It was supposed to be Vitality's safe haven to close this one out and secure Legend status, or rather, the Legend stage, a win necessary in the next for the status itself. I'm Machine, he's Henry, and this is 5 rounds away from Grayhound Gaming taking us to a third map.
They win the pistol. They're on track to do so. They will have a PT-50 in the hands of Csgo, a couple of smokes, 3 flashbangs. Both sides viable with the setup. Likely to be A, considering that's the direction they head towards on those T-steps right now. Apex has got a kit. 4 sets of Kevlar, apart from that on the CT side. Good damage done at the start. Zywoo spots a few and falls back. They're not going to slow down, though.
I feel like Zywoo's using hollow points. His bullets just seem to do more damage. And again, he connects. He doesn't stop. He cannot be sated. This hunger from Zywoo. He's got 3, 4, not another one. You wouldn't dare. He got an ace on the first, now 4 in quick succession. He's hunting it down. He wants it in NBK. You thief. Takes it away from him. What a powerful tool in your arsenal. You can just take him off the leash and say go.
An ace on Dust 2 on the CT pistol, and he's denied it there by NBK. He was going to get that, Alex. No problem at all. It's as good as. He got the assist, but my goodness gracious me. Just as you say, it seems like his bullets are doing more damage. Every single shot connects. Look at him go. What an absolute animal.
The statement made by NBK when he was talking about playing with Zywoo, he said, I think this guy has something I've never seen before.
Yeah. He said that Counter-Strike hasn't seen before.
Counter-Strike hasn't seen before. And if he continues to dedicate himself to the game in the same way he has, my goodness, I can't wait to see what he can do. What a fantastic pistol round. That's going to really get Grayhound Gaming's mouth a little dry.
Well, they'll take the full eco for now. Nothing really invested apart from a single flashbang, no armor, no upgraded pistols. And Dexter waiting with the bomb outside of Monster. His teammates going to suggest it's an A approach here, send 4 players in, and then a desperate plan will be attempted. That's the plan, at least. Whether it works out, probably not going to be the case, because you wouldn't rotate everyone over unless you spot that bomb, and you're able to do that. Every time you find a kill spot on the radar, it shows if they have the bomb on their back or not.
A lot of information, so none of that given yet to the CTs, as the initial contact was there at long. Just desperate for that bomb plant, hoping the CTs will fall into the trap. But I think frags are necessary for them to move a muscle. So far, no worries. Lovely, lovely hole. NBK leave Apex to finish off. And so, Vitality, they get the formality.
We saw RPK there, not transitioning at all from B. He was aware the bomb hadn't been spotted. They hadn't lost any frags. No reason to send everyone over towards A. So he denies that all-important plan, but it doesn't deny a buy into the next round. With the full eco, they will be able to get out AK-47s as the odds start to shrink
They've
here.
halved, yeah. That's quite the statement. GG.bet odds halved in favor of Grayhound Gaming's return to the server. Locked out of Dust 2.
Their map pick.
Their map pick,
which it makes sense why you didn't really believe in Grayhound coming to the second map. They just didn't turn up at all on Dust 2, but I think back here as Vitality now enter with 2 M4s, a FAMAS, a UMP, and an MP9 against a full rifle setup here for Grayhound as they work towards connected, as Urcast will have 2 players in front of him from this position.
This crossfire with rifles, no less. Vitality putting a lot of their chances in this round towards that mid-presence. NBK's thinking about it. Urcast patience not rewarded, though. Quick on the trigger as he does manage to escape, leaving Zywoo. NBK, by showing presence, that could trick them into a false sense of security. Dexter finding the equalizer.
I love this from Zywoo. He was in there connected with NBK. He can't trade out any kills, but maybe he can get a nice backstab going. Dexter looking for his third. Doesn't quite get it. Back to the 3-on-3. Remember, though, Zywoo has flanked all the way towards T-spawn.
Yeah, it's a powerful position, especially if this mid-round goes awry. Smoke from Apex.
Back.
I have a sneaking suspicion they might be walking through this. Apex, they heard him jumping, and Malta gets a huge frag. That site's wide open. RPK's on the way. Zywoo got some ground to cover as well from Connector.
Oh, the smoke missed completely.
And Dick Stacy's head is exposed, and Malta saves the day, but for how long? RPK, he can still rip this from them. 2, looking for the clutch. He couldn't find it. Sicko finds 12 for Grayhound Gaming, but my goodness, it wasn't the most beautiful.
No, it got incredibly close there with the smoke missed and the flanks not looking as successful. It seemed like Vitality had a window into that one. RPK left in the 1 versus 3, manages to find the first 2, but the last just kind of completely avoids him there. We are going to see a buy. You heard it from Neil. He knows the guns are coming as they take a tactical timeout on the Grayhound side. He wants to chime in and just make sure they get closer and closer to this map victory. There were MP9s out for Vitality in the previous round. They can bring a stronger buy to the table here. Everyone just over $4,000. They could not bring out the AWP, however. 12-6 on the T side for Grayhound Gaming on the map pick of Vitality here, the second map of our 2-2 game. Loser of the series goes home. Winner will be the final team next to the Legend stage. Such a good try from RPK there. Not quite close enough. 5 M4s, no kits, bare bones in terms of utility. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a push and an early pick here.
I certainly hope so. Aggression from Malta and Dexter. They're going to go start charging. In the meantime, NBK's nade will be released and land in the palms of Dick Stacy, down to 61. Safe hands. If I'd watched the Ashes, I'm sure I'd have made some fantastic references.
Well, maybe next time.
Counter-Strike a priority instead. Dexter will be flashed. He's completely exposed out in the open. Malta always there for the trade, though. It feels like even on the CT side, he was saving their ass. Now here on the T, does the same. 4v4, they're walking in. Zywoo's lining them up. It's only going to be 2. Malta stems the bleed. Apex's bullets aren't going to connect. He's going to get himself a fresh magazine as they do start to group up on the site. Alex caught on the advance. That's nice. Going to be all onto Apex. Csgo did get brought low by NBK from heaven. Finished off by Apex. Still lives to fight another day. There is no rush here. Malta, he's going to use that smoke to try and find an unpredictable angle, but NBK, he is hailing down hell from that heaven spot. Beautiful work and Vitality. They'll find their 7th. This is going to be a brutal half. I can feel it already. I can feel it in my bones. It's going to be a agonizing road to 16 for Grayhound Gaming.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. This has come right down to the wire. It's not clear who wins this one right now, but Vitality have a strong position on the CT side now. Alex is 1-15 after being the top performer ahead of Zywoo on Dust 2.
Wow. We've seen in-game leaders fall to the pressures. Of course, Jerry earlier today for Fours was having a tough time.
Absolutely.
Just the pistols and Hergar's just shrugging off that Molotov. Sure, why not? There's some kills for Alex. He's going to like that one. Some more cash in his bank account. Another one as well. So we get some pocket change as well. All right, round 20 concludes quickly.
Well then, let's see whether the AWP wants to come out here at all. They've got 3 rifles, 2 MP9s on the CT side. They can't actually afford the AWP yet. Still recovering.
Yeah, it's a very different financial tale than the CT side.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Is there going to be another aggressive approach here? 2 MP9s could get them towards connector. Try and push forward. It'll be Zywoo and Alex. Will have those weapons. 3 players towards the middle area. Zywoo positions himself towards long. Apex connector will drop the smoke. Buy some time. Slow them down. The ups.
Hard need to hit on the fly. That's $300 down the Swanee. Grayhound, so much pressure on their shoulders. Having to weather the storm of that Dust 2, then pick yourselves up, dust yourselves off and say overpass next.
Well, it all slows down for now. Grayhound have showed a great understanding of the map so far. Their CT side was excellent. But this one will be a difficult one for Vitality considering their weapon setup here. But they do have 2 AKs on the CT side, which will certainly help out. Grenades not landing exactly where they wanted, but they weren't going to hit the target regardless. Wherever they're throwing them towards, no one's there residing.
Yeah, I think Astralis, when they first came up with something like that, involved a boost for the optimal angle. 30 seconds, and with presence being shown short, I think the CTs are going to be getting a whole lot of information. NBK and Zywoo have pushed all the way through toilets. That's going to make things so awkward, and those SMGs primed in this kind of situation. Look at him go, drive-by from Zywoo, 3 in the round with the MP9. If anything, it feels like an advantage in circumstance like that.
They have 4 AK-47s now on the CT side. They know they've broken the money. Alex can stay on that MP9. That really is quite a beautiful round considering the setup they came into it with.
What a dream outcome for Vitality. Not only the 4 AKs, but Alex is still on that SMG, and it could not be better suited to what his opponents are about to throw against him.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. They've got so much money now. Zywoo, just under $9,000. If he ever goes down, he can bring out that orb and really go to town as they close the gap round by round here. Incendiary towards the T-steps. They will beat it. Flash over. They know the money's broken here. They don't need to challenge too much here. We have got one push from short. That's the MP9. Looking to farm cash here, get valuable information at the start. He's pushing towards T-spawn. He's going to confirm it's an A approach here. They'll rotate one player over. That's Apex. And it looks like RPK might be pushing towards short as well, just to watch that connector position. But here we go. Alex all the way in T-spawn now.
Yeah. He's going to pick up the pace, I think, especially when his teammates start calling the contact that they're seeing and receiving. Catches another glimpse. It was Sicko's head. Popped up to say hello. Now he's gone back down below. Alex from behind does catch one, but Trigger Discipline being displayed. Zywoo being ready with one. Now Alex starts to apply the pressure from behind. It's just brutal. Locked in and fragged out. Just Malta and Sicko with their Desert Eagles, hoping and praying that they get given a chance, and Zywoo's having absolutely none of it.
Yep, this will be double digits, confirmed by MBK, and there it is, 12-10 now. CT side starting to come together, and one player going down is actually beneficial here, because now Alex can buy up the AWP, swap weapons with Zywoo. I'm almost certain that's what will happen here. Then they'll have 4 AKs, AWP on the CT side. That is a dream.
Yeah, of course, the AK-47.
They don't go for it. In fact, he goes for the M4. I'm surprised. Because Sicko is almost destined to bring out the AWP here. You'd think Zywoo would want to bring it out, but I guess he feels very comfortable with the rifle right now. He's being very dynamic. He's aggressive. Allows him to be all nimble on the map. So
something they can always fall back to as well.
Exactly.
Should Grayhound start getting closer and closer to the magic number.
Yeah.
Double AWPs and overpass also a viable option, especially when your funds are as juicy as Vitality's right now.
Yeah, we've seen MBK with that secondary AWP looking fantastic at times.
And speaking of NBK, he's partnered up with Zywoo for a mission on long. We'll see if it pays dividends. At the moment, Sicko's just holding it past tense, instead finding a new angle of approach. Some mid-control. Is it just Apex? Yeah, because of this long investment from Vitality, admittedly, they could catch Grayhound if they choose to try and take long from here. Look at NBK's position. He's going to get one. Dick Stacy's gone. Malta often successful in his trades to his fallen comrades, but now Zywoo on towards Party, and the numbers already huge for Vitality. To extend is Zywoo. Tags him up. Sicko's cornered. One bullet will do, and Zywoo knows it. Just going to hunt him down. Just going to hunt him down. There we go. I'm going to repeat myself. No worries, man.
I thought there was a chance to get hits that shot, but it wouldn't have mattered either way. He was so done for, and it's Zywoo to finish things off. And once again, buying up an M4, they don't want to go to the AWP just yet. They feel too comfortable with the way they are, and it looks to be a partial buy from Grayhound. They're all under $4,000, even with a maximum loss bonus. 5 rounds in a row for Vitality. After winning the pistol, they lost out on that 3rd round when they had the FAMASs and MP9s out. Ever since then, it's been pretty smooth sailing. Has the bomb even been planted here in the second half? It hasn't. And we're going into round number 9 here.
Yeah, I mean, an 11-4 half for Grayhound was spectacular. But overpass CT side seems to be, well, everyone is finding their success today here in Berlin. One spot in the next stage of the major. This is the last game. And these two teams are in pursuit. Alex firing off a couple of shots. A rogue pigeon, perhaps. Wanted to catch. Nice connection from NBK.
Dexter looks primed for a Desert Eagle headshot here, and he certainly delivers on all fronts. Looked a bit confusing, but I assure you he got it. 5 on 3 now.
Yeah, this is a huge advantage for Grayhound. Unfortunately for them, though, they've been tagged up, and their start will get shut down eventually.
Now, the nice thing about that from Apex is he knows that's going to push him in towards A. MBK will get information, and now he has a chance to shut them down. Towards long, he gets his kill. They should be able to stabilize. 3 versus 2. Zywoo's on the scene as well. They recover in style. That's all down to Apex there. He had to get information for them. They need to be sure it was coming towards A. He gets the most important kill of them all, pushes them into a commitment. And we go 12-12 here after a couple of Deagle headshots from Dexter. Looked to be enough. Lovely shot here towards the barrels just to take down RPK. But it wasn't quite enough here. Great shot. Alex really felt that one.
Yeah, I mean, Dexter, he really has been doing everything within his power to pull Grayhound closer to that finish line, but so far, only the third round of the second half has gone the way of the Aussies.
Yeah, look at this money as well. Apex, 15,500. Zywoo, $200 away from the absolute maximum cash you can have in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. As Alex looks to mix things up here. He'll be using the ult considering he's having a quiet game. I think that's why. And it's Apex to be taken down by the wallbang there. Alex being tagged to 12 as well. This is looking good for Grayhound.
Yeah, wallbanged him just by the sandbag. Zywoo, though, from Connector, takes down the first member of Grayhound here in round 25.
Such a scary presence on the server. He does get taken down to 41. That should slow him down.
Yeah, that will hamstring him. 5 bullets, expect to reload. No pressure from him. Elsewhere, though, Alex is going investigating towards long, and oh, that's great from Dick Stacy. Just dancing. Zywoo was locked in the corner. With Alex's low HP, that AWP does enable him to still make an impact, and he's already done it. Takes down Csgo.
He's assuming that's enough, though, to push him towards B. That one shot, he's hoping to scare them off, and they're actually looking to smoke up that area and commit towards the A site. Alex at 12 HP, even if he arrives on the scene, he won't be able to do much about it. They haven't got a smoke for the steps, however, so they might have to Molotov it before they plant. And do they even bother going for this if the bomb gets planted, considering the low HP? It looks like they might just bow out of the round. Even though they've got 16k essentially on 2 players now, gotta save their weapons.
Grand scheme of things, I guess.
Yeah.
Taking
But
those
like,
one through.
Zywoo can't actually physically get any more cash next round, so he's got the limit.
Yeah, this financial advisor's desperately telling him to invest.
But I guess you don't give the AWP away to Grayhound. That's what they're looking at, right? Even after winning this round, they won't be able to buy one themselves, and we know how Csgo can be with that weapon.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, though, the second half has been a very quiet one. Really was delivering alongside Dexter on that CT side, and to be fair to him, a much harder job to have a similar impact on the attack here in Overpass.
Well, there it is. Grayhound take the lead once again. They keep 3 players up. Alex will survive with the AWP, however. I'm sure he gives that to Zywoo next round. We haven't really seen that yet. They go for the double AWP setup. That makes sense. And when you're having like a really quiet game like Alex is having, he's feeling like his rifle's not connecting, he's not really feeling it. He goes to the AWP and he can just hold angles, go for a kill around essentially, and just try and be impactful in that way. And sometimes you've got to just accept you're not having a good map and just change things up, and that's what he's going for here.
The double AWP. We talked about it. It took a whole half, essentially, before they pulled it out, but it's Vitality's trick up the sleeve. Zywoo and Alex, not MBK. Multifaceted team. We saw, of course, Alex doing it the round prior as well.
That was the wallbang.
That's the wallbang.
Okay, I was wondering how he got that one. Well, there you go.
Like he fired a warning shot, so Apex would expect him to be there. Catch him with that wallbang himself. My goodness. Dexter's got 23 frags, head and shoulders above the rest of his team. It's a team effort, though, and they are just 3 rounds away as a team from taking Vitality to a third.
Yeah, they don't have the resources Vitality have, though. If they lose a round or 2, they're going to be down to pistols once again. We get to the bookend of this second map as well. Vitality have shown a very strong CT side right now. Round 26, text up on shorts, looking for any CTs that might be wanting to push off this one. Oh my goodness. MBK, what a shot that is.
It's a big scalp to take. Dexter gone.
Yeah, he's been their main performer so far.
And now things are going to be getting infinitely more difficult for Grayhound Gaming to try and get back-to-back rounds here. This is the second they've managed to achieve. They're in pursuit of the third on the T side.
Remember that double AWP setup. Zywoo currently sits on 25 kills. MBK 24. Dexter, the top performer of Grayhound, he has 23 kills, has been removed, but they'll finish up at long A. Going for a contact play here. He's going to flash over. Damage inflicted by MBK there. Doesn't find a frag just yet.
Oh, Urkast and Malta, though. They actually got in good stead to at least get the way into the site. Nice trade from Csgo. Will retrieve the bomb, and he has time. Doesn't have to rush this. Going to plant the bomb default. Rotate will be coming in. Dick Stacy for the after plant towards toilets. That's what that bomb plant is for. They can both go there. From stairs, there you go. Csgo just checking there wasn't any boost funny business coming out.
They have a smoke and a flashbang here. They'll probably flash over. You can smoke the bomb from the CT steps. There are lineups for that. Let's see what they're going to bring to the table. They've snuck out. Going to smoke the bomb almost certainly. RPK going to be smoking it now. Force some pressure out. First shot connects, and there it is. What a finish. Alex He has had a quiet game so far, but he comes to life here in one of the most important rounds. The defuse is confirmed. They tied things up, and that's the money. As we mentioned, going to be in a very difficult spot here for the Grayhound boys.
It's
Actually,
such
with the bomb down, is there a full buy available? But one more round and they'll be completely broken.
It's such a terrifying combination of sounds. A smoke and a diffuse combined in quick succession can cause the anxiety in many a seasoned Counter-Strike player. You hear that smoke plume and you realize, especially as an AWP shot's wrapped into the mix as well. Nice work from Vitality. They deal with that, but Grayhound so close, yet so far.
Yep.
Zywoo looking to take a freebie, couldn't quite connect on the cross to playground. And this is far from fun and games for either of these teams now. Right down to the nitty-gritty. Every decision you make, every swipe of your mouse can take you either further or closer to a spot in the Major Legends stage.
If you are just joining us, this is the final matchup of this stage of the tournament. 2-2. Loser is removed from the Major. And Vitality, currently ranked #2 in the world. Didn't think you'd see them in this position, but like we said at the beginning of this game, as long as they get through this, as long as they make it to the next stage, it doesn't really matter how you get there, as long as you get through. Well then, a slower round here, but decent map control for Grayhound. They have got through the bathrooms. The bomb is towards long at this stage as well. It'll be Urkas still holding the bathrooms, and we do see Dexter holding the flanks.
This is quite reminiscent of when FaZe Clan would just leave Nico at B and just say, would you mind getting a frag every round? Well, Dexter's delivering that, really is.
Oh, they're pushing the monster area. Apex checking it out. Does he go any further with this? He actually decides to fall back. RPK, the only player removed so far. Good smoke. At 30 seconds, MBK's done a great job there.
Just as their smokes land as well, but that smoke means they're willing and brave enough to push through it. Not another one. Gray screen, but the flash is there. NBK and Alex continue to make this site so difficult to break through. Urkos isn't done. Spray didn't connect. Csgo did. And now, looking to finish what they started. Transfers there. Great work from Urkos. And Grayhound find 14.
You could see how the double ops struggle when they get that close there, using the smoke towards long to get as close to the site as possible. Even though MBK's smoke was perfect, you noticed it. The Grayhound smoke that was put on the bomb site created a path for them to bust through and really challenge those double ops. And it was a pistol to have to be drawn at that point. Alex and Zywoo, both with that mentality. It doesn't work out for them. They still have plenty of money now, but it's 14-13. One away from map point for Grayhound here.
Quite the trend from Dick Stacey of just being that first one in and desperately, not only does he survive courtesy of his movement and his decision-making and, of course, the flashbangs from his team, but he's often drawing so much fire that enables his hardcore hitters to come in and close that one out. Csgo got a very important frag on that take. 14 then to 13. We'll get a replay of Dexter's opener. Look at this one. Smoke pluming, no worries.
Yeah, those are the kills you really like to pick up. And he goes in towards B as well to take down Apex. Dick Stacey, you can see what it means to him. They're really feeling it now. Down but not out. Round 28.
2 rounds away from a sigh of relief, a breath before the third map. It's not going to be easy though. I mean, a reminder, that was their third.
Yeah.
Over the course of this half. We've seen 12 rounds of play.
But with the 11-4 score, it's enough, you know?
Yeah, it really is. Keeping it just within reach. What's Vitality's decision making with this one? Again, the double AWP, they send one short, they've sent Zywoo out on his own.
Yeah, they haven't been hyper aggressive with this at all. So interesting to see if Zywoo wants to start taking matters into his own hands and start challenging for the initial kills. Dexter's got a real stronghold towards that B side of the map. The timings have been superb. See now what round 28 has in store. Csgo the AWP. Winning the previous round, they're in good stead for a buy here. All the utility available. He can win this one. Cash will be relatively low for Vitality. There'll be a buy there, but a great chance to close things out. This is a very, very important round. See if Csgo will detect any threats towards long. There are 2 players there, but they're holding their ground. Zywoo's on the flower bed right now, backed up by MBK, watching the bathrooms.
Greyhound's major dreams hanging in the balance. They could really cripple Vitality with a win here. Couple of trivial exchanges, just bringing everyone down. Actually, if anything, that's going to favor those M4s, as we've talked about time and time again. Urkos and Csgo now 1 shot available into the dome. Levels the playing field somewhat. Stacy's making no secret of his presence towards party. BK's certainly got his ears perked up and pressed to the walls of toilets. Doesn't sound particularly pleasant. But Dick Stacy, this could suck. Yeah, shuts him down. Great work from NBK.
Can he get out, though? It doesn't look good for that, and it will be a nice trade here. That actually favors Grayhound at this stage. Spreads the defense much thinner. Double orbs once more. Remember, once Grayhound got close to the bomb site, it was very difficult to contain. Do they commit off these smokes, though? Zywoo, he's gifted a free kill there. Will drop the incendiary to stop them getting close towards that bomb site. Flashes through towards long. I love this. As he'll flash once again, it's looking very good for Vitality. He hits another shot. Urkas down to just 5 points of health.
Of course he hits that one. Misses that. Urkas, though, so low and still fragging. Csgo and Urkas would have to do something rather impossible here, and it's only got more and more impossible. Great lineup. Great work. And that was a real opportunity for Grayhound to hamstring the Vitality defense.
Well, well, well. 14-14. Dick Stacy, $2,800. Urkas, 37. Malta, 36. They're going to have to buy up what they can. And Alex, it's a bit spicy. 2 MAC-10s, a Galil, 2 AKs. They've gone for utility here. Expect a set piece, maybe towards B. They have to utilize the smokes here.
Okay, let's see if Grayhound Gaming have got anything left to show. That last push, that last surge of adrenaline. It's down to mechanics, it's down to the decision making, it's everything. Dick Stacy's already taken a boatload of damage. I think that's a spray from the sandbags position. 2 members of Grayhound are already tagged up, and already Alex has finished what Apex's wallbang started. Crucial round for Vitality as they start to accelerate into the site. Zywoo greets them with a pistol. It's a double, though. They're keeping the numbers in their favor. Dexter, a double kill from the hero player from Grayhound Gaming. Smokes up, and BK does somehow manage to catch Dexter before he falls. 22 points of health. He was tagged up. Bomb goes down. Urkas, his last tournament with the boys, looking to clutch to save the day.
Oh, it's so tense. He's going to swing out as well. Did he get spotted? I don't think so. MBK now knows exactly where he is. Can he jump out using this smoke to get back towards the monster side? MBK seems to read it, but it is going to be map point for Grayhound there. The MAC-10s, the Galils, it's enough as they head towards B. They find map point first. And now Vitality, they're the ones with the pressure applied to them, looking to take us to overtime. Their money is not fantastic either. Similar scenes here required. Will they take the tactical timeout? Of course they will. So much in the balance here.
Oh, that one gave me the chills, man. So much on the line. So much in that 1 versus 1.
He had the read as well. MBK had the lineup there. It could have ended with 1 bullet.
The little jiggles that I'm seeing these players do, NBK, you saw how much info he got on that.
Yeah.
It gave him a real shot. Urkas smart to maneuver through that smoke.
Wow, what a play.
Ooh, okay. And so, Grayhound Gaming, after what was an incredible CT side. I mean, if you see the round recap, you will just see a string of blue rounds in that first half, but it has been so damn difficult. Yeah, a sip necessary for the coach of Grayhound in this last timeout that's over now. The mic's muted, and it's only the Counter-Strike that can do the talking now.
We'll have a look at the overall buy. 3 M4s, 2 MP9s, a few smokes, and it looks like a few players towards over to that B bomb side as well from Grayhound here. Malta throwing the initial bits and pieces towards middle to push the CTs back. They do not have the sniper presence here. Well, Dexter, once again, spamming that smoke, successful before. Now, Vitality, no kits, just bear that in mind. That bomb gets planted is a massive advantage for Grayhound.
Certainly. Somewhat of a rinse repeat, however, Dexter a little less comfortable lingering around B. He's done it so much now, though, that Vitality have to respect it. They'd have to invest utility if they wanted to invest, and they have such light amount of it. This round determines everything.
I'm getting butterflies again.
Yeah, me too, and I'm not even playing, man. Imagine Zywoo up against them. A terrifying prospect. Yeah. Fortunately, though, hamstrung somewhat by that SMG. Now look at this. 50 seconds to crawl. It's a slow walk, and there's no CTs to receive them. They've played this perfectly. Dexter finds NBK, but Apex, he's not going to go down without a fight. Just the one, though. Urkas opens it up. Grayhound 3 frags away from a 3rd map in this survival series. A spot in the major. Not letting that dream die without a fight. Malta does lose the duel to RPK. The French continue their advance. The kit a problem potentially as time continues to tick away. Neil hands on head, understandably. Csgo, that's big. He could play the game of survival now. Alex is there as well. Does have a smoke, but still no kit. It looks good. It looks good, but they have to confirm it. Urcast does get another. Just Zywoo. No hope, surely. Just the dink. It's confirmed. We're going to 3. And Grayhound Gaming convert a spectacular defense into a map win. We're going to 3, Henry.
We absolutely are. I'm off my chair as well. You can feel the passion there from Grayhound. We're going to Inferno. 1 map apiece. What an epic series it's turning out to be here, Alex. Right down to the wire there. Round number 30. And it's Grayhound getting over the finish line. And Inferno, that's a decent map for them as well, as this could go the full distance.
I have got goosebumps all over my arm, Henry. My goodness, it's... that was awesome. That's what Counter-Strike's about. That's why I love this major. I love that we have the fact that Grayhound Gaming, a team that lost the first 2 matches, best of ones. It's lower bracket. You've got 1 chance. Any loss, you're out of the major. You've put so much hard work, and we had the interview, Csgo, talking about the fact that he actually left his home to commit to this project because he wanted one last ride. Urcast, this is his last event with them. At least we get to see 1 more map from Grayhound at the bare minimum.
Yeah, Counter-Strike continues to change lives for the better. It's such an exciting game we have on our hands here. The last map of this stage of the tournament is coming up next. We'll throw to a break and be right back.
Worry about game, not about bet. Insure your bet with Heart Code. GG Bet with gamers in heart.
Predict the outcome, win the game. Get live coverage and schedules for your favorite tournaments. Analyze, predict, and vote to gain points. Compete with other esports fans and climb the leaderboards. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
what are we doing here? I have no idea what just happened, but what a series. And if you've been watching the desk all day, you probably know about epics.gg. If you don't, go to their website, download it on your phone. You can purchase some skins, maybe even win one that Get Right used in game. You've also been watching the desk all day. You would have known that these guys said 2-0. What kind of analysts are you, Chad and Jacob?
Look, the budget's where the budget comes.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm here too.
Well, they only bring us in for these late shifts, so it's good that we're here for this one. No, but what we wanted from Vitality was a 2-0, because going into the next stage, we want them to be at full force, right? We want to see the team that we know can compete with the world's best on their best form. But Grayhound, with nothing to lose on one of their good maps of Overpass here, really showing a really strong CT side. That 9-round streak that I've put together, very impressive. And Neil was doing a lot of yelling, so I had to give him a hand, and my voice is starting to go a little bit. So maybe we'll get a bit croaky for the at the end of the day.
I can hear that guy on the screen right there, Dexter, right? He was a force to be reckoned with.
He is legit,
about him.
man.
He's legit. We're talking about him having a great tournament so far, definitely being the best player for Grayhound. I was looking up some stats, right? He was involved in 12 opening duels. He won 9 of those.
There's the number.
He won 9 of those. Now, compared to his teammates, the 4 of them combined for, I believe it was 18 opening duels. They won 4 combined.
Jeez.
So he was like twice as good in opening duels as his entire team, let alone the fracking he was doing. 8 multi-kills in this game. This guy was all over the place. He was a big part of the reason why their CT side was so strong.
Yeah, and the CT side was. I mean, Vitality started it with an ace from Zywoo in map number 1. In this map, it didn't go that way at all. Grayhound turned things around the second they won the first gun round. They did not look back.
Yeah, it felt like as soon as Zywoo got that ace robbed from MBK, who decided he wanted to steal the partial part of that last kill, it felt like we were going to see just a repeat of map number 1. But no, Grayhound did a very valiant job. Obviously, the hard work was done on the CT side, and this streak of rounds you can see here slowly building with Dexter's impact round after round. That is the most important highlight of that. But when the T side, they were struggling, this is where other members came alive. Malta had some moments, Urkast had to win that clutch situation, Dexter continued, Sicko had to hit some AWP shots. Not a lot from Dick Stacey on this map just here, but they got the victory, so that doesn't even matter at this point. They are going to be feeling on top of the world with that game, and knowing that Dream Eaters beat Vitality earlier in this tournament on Inferno, and that's the final map, there might be a shot.
I'm genuinely thinking there is. As you say, this essentially becomes a best of 1. Vitality's already struggled. This is not what Vitality, first off, wanted, but needed either, because we said it, 2-0, 1 day off, you get to reset, you move into the next portion of the event. Now they're going to start to play with their own mindset, I think. This is definitely in their heads. They wanted to be done with this series.
For sure. I mean, they've been looking too weak, to be completely honest, considering how good they are, right? And now, even if they win here, it could be a blowout, it could be a 16-5, but knowing Inferno, knowing how well Grayhound is playing right now, I expect it to be a close game. So no matter what, and no matter who wins this game, right, if Vitality go through, they can't feel confident coming into the next stage. Like that, I feel that ship has already been sailing away. Now, obviously, qualifying for the next stage of the Major, that's going to be so important, but for Grayhound, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of knocking out one of the predetermined favorites and moving into the next stage of the Major, where for a team like them, when you're an underdog, when you're hungry, anything can happen.
It would be huge. This would be huge, right?
I think this is the biggest for both reasons. Like you say, it's an underdog that's potentially working their way in that shouldn't have been there, but doing it in this fashion against Vitality, it would be a catastrophic failure as well on their part. And that's where I was leaning to the mental game. Because you've had such a poor showing in this portion of the event. One map like that and a best of 3 for elimination, they better shake this off fast.
I think, Zywoo still showing good form is a sign here that can maybe bring them solace on the last map, right? Because when they have, let's be honest, Vitality did have some shaky games when they started to become a team on everybody's radar, right? And Zywoo had to come in, push Banana with an AK, an AWP, a Krieg, whatever he has, and win rounds, break it open. I think he's done that like 3 times now. That's something that if they can avoid happening in the later stages of this game and they can keep it close, there's no reason the Grayhound we just saw on Overpass can't beat the Vitality we just saw on Overpass.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I think the depth as well started to show up. Again, Dexter looking phenomenal, as he has so many times, but you got a little bit more out of various players. I think Urkast had some decent rounds in there. This could potentially be his last matchup with the team.
He needs to be clutch. Like that's his job, right? Is to be a clutch player. And as this is like the swan song for them, I assume Inz will be joining this team afterwards because he has just left order. We can see the community haven't changed their votes though on the Strafe Esports app, right? We've still got 92% favoring Vitality.
Yeah,
right
I think that's actually stapled and cemented before the game.
Oh, it
so
doesn't
that's
change?
why.
It's not.
I don't think, because I haven't noticed them changing. I think by now it probably would have. Whereas the GG.bet ones do, and they were getting a little closer. It started off at like 1-7. It's now like 1-3 in the odds. So I think people are starting to have a change of heart on how this is going to go.
Well, rightfully so, right? Because Grayhound is actually playing some decent Counter-Strike, whereas for Vitality, the guys they need in this game on Inferno, you look towards a guy like RPK, he's going to be in that pit area on the CT side. He needs to lock that down. They can't abuse him having a bad game. Apex, we've been talking about him as well. He's an entry fragger. He's a very aggressive rifle player. He's not necessarily meant to put up, 10 plus frags, KD differential every single time, but he's supposed to be a force to be reckoned with. They need to step it up now. They need to help out Zywoo, otherwise it's going to be a loss.
It's a specific role. Typically, as an entry fragger, unless you're dominating the game, you're not going to have a massive KDA because you're going in and looking for at least one in trades, but you still have to win that obligation. You still have to find the opener.
At least get them the space they need, right? So it has to be one or the other there. Just one other point here. Alex had a pretty rough game on Overpass there, and as the in-game leader, who's still relatively new, if he's feeling a little bit shaken, then you start to worry about how the strat's going to be flying through. I know, MBK is the one who says that who calls on Inferno, but we don't know if that changes. We don't get constant updates on this every week with the team.
Unlike me, Neil M is going to be going more than 50%, it says, according to his tweet. Every percent into this. How about that celebration? It looked like Nadal winning and on a clay surface.
Knees. Yeah.
Sacrificing something to the greater gods. I don't know what it was, but he was really feeling it, right? And he's a good thing for Grayhound. I feel you probably know these guys, and I think he's a positive influence.
He just really wants his passport back. Okay, guys, that's all he cares about right now.
Around, right? Because they're normally very calm.
Yeah, no, but what he brings, he seems to diffuse tension because when he does yell, you see them all giggle and laugh between each other, and that's really cool because that means that keeps them, not getting locked into a tunnel vision. It's actually keeping them outside of that, and you can see him giving a couple of
that picture just with him sitting like that. It's like your guilty conscience on your shoulder. You're trying to play, and you're like, yo, leave me alone, bro. It's pretty cool. It is. I mean, like you say, super involved and invested in this team, which is great for them. They get a European influence and. Yeah, I mean, he's fully on board. Look at him. I think he's more stressed out than the players are at times.
Well, sure, but Grayhound right now, they play without any pressure whatsoever, right? They have already managed to go 2-2. They were 0-2. Nobody expected them to go through. It would have been, I would say, a close call if you predicted that before the tournament. Now they're sitting in a position where they're 1-1 against Vitality. They're one map away, which is Inferno, which... I said it yesterday, right? I feel the better team normally wins on a map like Inferno. It'll always be close, but map like Inferno, anyone can play it. Everyone can play it, and I think Vitality is right now shaking. I don't think they're feeling confident at all. I mean, without Zywoo playing well, I could see them lose this series, and that would be a disaster.
It would be astronomical. There's no question about it. And if you can identify, sure, we know Zywoo likes to be dynamic, but if you can identify his location fast enough on the CT side, you can exploit the other side of the map on Inferno. It's a long rotation for the CT.
Yeah, I'm really just if we think about the Dream Eaters game that Vitality lost, right? It was a close matchup. But what do Dream Eaters do? They play very fundamentally sound CS. Well, I think the Greyhound have a pretty good system in place, right?
Yeah.
They do make a few more mistakes than that of a Dream Eaters, but they have a couple of similarities there. So if they can bring out even a little bit here and start to dictate to Vitality, then they're well and truly in this. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Vitality are going to win this. I'm going to go out there and cheer for the Aussies because you got to be patriotic sometimes, but hey.
All right, so at this point in the series, what flag's coming off the wall behind us after this?
In my mind, there should be no doubt that Grayhound is going to go down now. I mean, when you look at the players from Vitality, when you look at what they have to work with, it'll be a disaster. It will be unacceptable if they're not able to beat Grayhound. That being said, though, it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think Greyhound, unfortunately, are going to go out here, but this has been a fantastic effort against one of the best teams in the world.
As epic as Overpass was, we're going to go back into Dexter's laboratory with our two mad scientists, Henry G and Machine.
Thank you very much. We'll see what we can concoct. This, I think I echo exact sentiment of the desk. I would love to see a close one.
Yeah, absolutely. And it actually looks pretty good for Greyhound. They've played Inferno against Complexity. They smashed them as well. Yeah. What a resounding... They've lost to Dream Eaters in the side, and we'll have a look at the complexion of the buy. It looks to me like a B finish with the two smokes they have available. Couple of flashbangs there. Dick Stacey to lead the charge in that direction. They'll try and get the banana control at the beginning of the round here. Couple of P250s, and they'll hold up for any aggression here. Alex, thinking about pushing down. This could cost him his life.
It's very common to check this. He's going to be flashed in, and they're both doing the dance, and it's perfectly executed from Vitality. They could back away with that one.
Look at that flash assist from MBK. He's all the way on the side there, and it's two very clean kills.
Good check, good flash. And a big problem for Grayhound. They are going to accelerate towards the A site. They know numbers towards B. Apex, they're playing the waiting game, not in the predictable box. And oh no, he's fluffed his lines. Fortunately, his team will likely stabilize. Zywoo's there, good tap from Urkast. 2 more hunting him down, gets the fresh mag. It's all him now. Looking to go 1 versus 3. RPK ensures that doesn't slip away. And so the first will go once again in favor of Vitality.
Yeah, it looked like a decent setup there for the Australians. They were sat at the bottom of Banana, waiting, preempting the push. And all of a sudden, the flashbang comes over, MBK delivers it, and 2 very clean kills come through. As you mentioned, Apex did miss a few shots. The PT1000 can be awkward to handle. Urkast, if he gets 2 kills there, if that second one connects, they've got a real chance of winning it. But it didn't come through, and it will be 1-0 with no bomb planted. So Grayhound will have to take the full eco here. They've invested $300 towards a PT50, considering Urkast got a couple of kills in the previous round. He can justify that $300, but nothing else. So, gonna get the plant down. Fantastic, they get a kill. That will do, but likely to be a clean sweep here as they rush towards the end of the apartments.
Yeah, this is gonna be shooting fish in a barrel. NBK with the SMG, that's huge for him. He's gonna make a nice big chunk of change out of that one. Gonna be coming into the next round with 5,300 and all of his nades still. That's nice, building up the bank early.
So then, as we all know at this point, the AKs will come out in the third. CTs always have to be a little bit creative here. They've got 4 SMGs, 3 MP9s, an MP5, and 1 rifle, which is a FAMAS. It really isn't ideal to fend off 5 strong rifles on the T side, including the Krieg for Malta. So are they going to try and get strong Banana control to start? They're sending 3 players over towards that side. Suggests they will potentially battle for it, but they're not committing at the start. They boosted 1 player up in CT spawn, I believe.
I've seen some mad things from Vitality on this map.
Yeah.
Just putting my mind to it now. The Zywoo charge up Banana to win them the game not too long ago. Always be one to think about. Yeah, but with the SMGs, Vitality, they don't have the weapons advantage here. Numbers, that's a different case.
Stacy feeling brave. He knows the SMGs are out. Willing to take the challenge, does a lot of damage towards Apex there. Baits out some utility as well, with smoke towards spawn. Incendiary and the HE thrown. Bombs at the top of Banana right now. 3 players surrounding it. They're going to show presence towards middle on the T side. Smoke off towards Arch, and they've baited out yet another smoke towards B. I'm assuming that's where they're going to finish up here. They haven't got the Molotovs to flush CTs out, but they can smoke towards spawn and indeed the coffins. And then they've got a massive advantage here, but Vitality wants them to fully commit. That's when the MP9s can come into their own. Right. Close range battles. Time ticking away. Another strong HE. Just chipping away at the Grayhound boys here as they readjust back towards the A bomb side. But time is of the essence. There's still 2 incendiaries available.
This could be a bit of a mistake by Grayhound Gaming. They've run the clock down.
Yeah, if that incendiary gets deployed as they commit, they are not going to make it through.
And Dick Stacy's oh so low. Knife still out, and it's going to be RPK first to receive. The Molotov's not arriving, but NBK is certainly in the kill feed. Catches Malta, and another one. Just with 10 seconds left, there is no time, surely. Dexter with the bomb, Apex still on site. Urkast gets the first, they have to find him now. They can't get the bomb down. And time is the biggest enemy. Sure, you get the frag, but Alex, just by existing, will win the second, or rather the third for Vitality.
Yeah, they couldn't have hoped for better there. The fact that they make that round work with 4 SMGs, a FAMAS, and it actually works out for them. Grayhound, maybe overthinking that one. They didn't give themselves any time to check out any of the key positions there. Like we said, Vitality sitting back in crossfires, waiting for the full commitment there. They drop decent HEs throughout. They chip away at the Grayhound players, and then as MBK finished the MP5, you can see they can't even look towards the pit. They have to be so focused on getting towards that bomb site, even with Urkast doing everything he can. You can see 2 seconds on the clock there, even with that kill coming through. You need to have 4 seconds on the clock to even plant the bomb. There was no chance of that as they partially buy into the next round. Urkast did save the AK from previous. He doesn't get any extra cash, but joining him are Tech 9s, Deagles, and CZs. Zywoo has the AWP, just to know that. Yeah. Didn't see much of that from him on the overpass, but Inferno, as you mentioned, he's had some very infamous moments on the T side, and indeed CT forces. We'll see what he can do.
See how they position Urkast to succeed here. He's not going to be taking any early damage from the HE. Info on 1, catches a glimpse, just the shoulder of the natural born killer. So at the moment, Vitality not willing to contest that Banana presence, given for free, gratuit, en français.
I didn't know you could speak French.
That's about all I've got, man.
Better than your German.
Yeah, that's true.
5 players outside B. Ooh. Smoke missing down the CT side.
A chance was given. Apex presented his head. The bullet was fired, but it's Apex's bullets that are finding all the connections necessary. Great work, but Csgo and Dexter, they're not giving up without a fight. Going down, kicking and screaming. Alex will fall after the first. It's a 1 versus 2 as the CTs are on the rotate in. Hasn't been able to grab a weapon though. He'd have to do the ridiculous. Nope, 2 taps weren't going to happen. He got to fire 2 bullets, neither connected. And so Vitality, they will continue the perfect start. 4-0 now on the CT side of our 3rd map. If you have just joined us, you've missed quite the show.
Yeah, the final map at this stage of the tournament. We have Grayhound back on their feet, managed to overcome the challenge of overpass. But for now, 4-0 down. They are on the T side. It is one of the more CT-sided affairs, but see if Sicko's AWP can shift the tide of battle as we move into round 5 here. We'll be up against Zywoo, who will be staying dynamic. He'll change things up almost every single round, this time positioning himself towards the top of B. Ideally, you want to get him towards barrels so you can have a boosted A defense. Flashbang will push him back somewhat as he goes towards CT spawn.
Holding the tightest of lines. It punishes a jiggle peek. I think Stacy goes wide enough. So bomb retrieved, and you can see NBK just as the smoke starts to fade, he returns flame to middle. Trying to destabilize. Malta from Boiler will throw out some nades, but NBK wants to try and contest, wants to try and make this difficult. RPK's there as well. They're going to go for the multi-kill, and by they, clearly I should have meant Grayhound. Great work, but now Zywoo on the site looking to hold fast. Does tuck himself in, makes it good for the second. This is a solid hold so far, looking for the head. Dexter's closing the gap. Zywoo still breathing. Finally, Urkast changes things. Apex in the meantime keeps things level. Bomb hasn't gone down, but the rotate is in.
Yeah, well, the bomb will be planted at this point. They've got Sicko on the AWP, but only 1 flashbang remaining. CTs with 2 smokes, incendiaries, flashbangs. They think it's B.
They just going to get Apex through Arch.
Okay, so both going to stick together. Either way.
2 Molotovs. I think Alex just found one as well. They could molly the site, and they will. Smoke going to make things difficult for Urkast to assist, but there is a gap. They can still push on towards the site from this. The Sicko's got the angle. Flash arrives. So does Urkast. And that's the end of that. Great first round for Grayhound on the board. They don't let it slip too far away. Let's not forget we've had some stunning CT sides. Yeah. Grayhound on the board early.
There it is, 4-1. You see MBK and RPK holding towards middle. Caught out of position though. MBK flashes middle. Nothing available to him, and then caught on the retreat. RPK unable to find a frag. Apex fought for his life, but there wasn't quite enough there. And they are purchasing an MP9, and FAMAS, they limp into this round. They fully invest. P250, CZs, a FAMAS, and 1 SMG. Not really enough here. What's the plan?
Yeah. I mean, they have 1 rounds with less, but I don't know if Grayhound let this one slip away. You can surely hear him. Apex likes to go for this aggression, try and level the odds early, and MBK's CZ has found Dick Stacy. Aggression down banana. Kind of the first we've seen from the French with that.
Yeah, well, they had to do something here, and MBK recovers the AK-47, and they maintain a 5-on-4 lead. It didn't really take any damage there. That little push was absolutely perfect. Still plenty of time here, and only 1 gun given away. Grayhound still with 2 smokes, the majority of their flashbangs, and 2 Molotovs as well, as Urkast looks for any opportunities from the apartments.
There's no need to commit yet for Grayhound. They're hoping Toe will be put out of line by Vitality. They really have to keep an eye on that clock, though. We've seen them lose a round because of it already. Alex tagged. Malta presents on long. Oh, we caught a glimpse. I don't know if he saw it, but tip of RPK's head. Didn't quite acknowledge it. "30 seconds. They're starting to commit now, and there is good CT presence. That one last flash from Dexter draws Apex away from the site. Now they can commit. Into the site they go. Will they check the corner? They will. Find Alex. 1 left. It will be RPK on pit, and this one should have been resolved.
Yeah. They're going to have to save the AK and the FAMAS here. They're going to be full eco next round, so might as well have something to fight with there. MBK with an incendiary. They've got a couple of flashes, and MBK has a CZ as well, so you can drop that. But still, Very nice round there from Grayhound. It's not easy to take down a team like Vitality with so much skill within their ranks when they force buy, even with just pistols and SMGs. So two players will be looking to hold on to their weaponry here, but Dexter's on the hunt. MBK tucks himself in the corner. Strong angle with the AK. His teammate Apex holds towards Ruins. It doesn't look like Dexter wants to push any further. MBK thinks about it. Has the incendiary. 7 kills to his name so far, but Grayhound start to close the gap. They're 4-0 down. Now it's going to be 4-2. And remember, the money's ruined now. They can't reinvest into this at all. They can drop the CZ, maybe a P250 as well, but overall, Alex, RPK, and Zywoo will have to let this one slip by. It's up to MBK to make something happen.
Yeah, you can't even throw that weapon into someone with a better spawn, with the better aim. Of course, Zywoo's been on it, at least in the pistols, my goodness. The fact is, if you type in Zywoo waste into Reddit, I think, yeah, you'll have to ask which one.
So they don't drop the CZ. MBK might not be where he has it, but at least it'd be better than a silent USP for his teammates. But let's see what he can do either way. Faces towards middle, gets dropped very quickly. Try to make that overtake a reality, but there it is. They do trade one out at least. Is that enough to push him towards B?
Caught off guard. A bit of a leg up for Vitality. Still, of course, stacked against them. Unarmored pistols at present. It does look like they're going to go for somewhat of a gamble. Leave Alex to his own devices on A. And it will be Grayhound who do start their advance.
Stacy, prime position for a kill here.
Saw the leg. Now being pushed. There's so many there, though. I don't think he was expecting it. Urcast, unfortunately, catching his teammate, but still should just be water under the bridge unless Apex has something to say about it. They smoke CT, they leap in. Great connections from Apex, but just as Dick Stacy starts to worry, Urcast is there.
That was the only real threat there. He does significant damage towards Dick Stacy, but his wits about him. Does manage to crouch in towards the well and allow Urcast to protect him there. Just the USP for Alex. Nothing really to be done here. He could take Dick Stacy, but he wouldn't be able to recover the rifle and survive. Just trying to remove money. As Dick Stacy spotted, he confirms that he needs to get out of there. And Alex just trying to lock them in the bomb site. But Dick Stacy gets the hell out of there. Saw his opportunity, and will just leave Urcast on the side here, making sure there's no tomfoolery presented by Alex here. Lovely stuff. 4-3. We are getting a game on our hands here.
Yeah, slow and steady. Good response from Grayhound, and now one of the tallest tasks yet coming in. Let's see that from Urcast as well. That was the threat. That was it. Apex, he had an opportunity. Just wasn't quite as pinpoint precise on the first, and he's feeling that. He knew he had a shot.
He knew he had an opportunity. If he gets that first kill cleanly, even though he was jumping, there's a chance he repositions there, slows them right down, buys enough time for Alex to get back in. Either way, Grayhound, a chance to tie things up here, just against the pistols, but 5 smokes. We talked about this all week long. Inferno is one of those maps where these rounds are very difficult to contain because they can run the clock down so low with those smoke grenades. Just lock the choke points off. It's all about trying to bait them out on the Grayhound side here. They've got decent map control towards Banana. Vitality trying to hold on to the smokes as long as possible.
It's like this strange limbo where you don't want to overcommit early because you don't want to get caught out by a stack, but you also don't want to let the clock rot to the point where those smokes can win them the round. It's a real brutal decision to make. There's the first. 4 still stand for Vitality. Let's see how Grayhound game will choose to approach this. That's a nice catch from Malta, anticipating those Kevlar pistols, looking for those surprise angles. A common one on top of the orange box.
Okay, less than a minute now. Heading towards dangerous territory in terms of the clock. They still have 4, you're right. They drop one towards middle now, that'll really help them out. MBK already deployed his. He does have Alex with him, but he's actually deep towards the quad side, so they can allow them to have mid control here. They want to start dropping the next few smokes around this point. 35 seconds, you want to get a smoke down about now.
Apex and Alex have theirs in their hands, and both of them.
Yeah, Alpaka's going to throw one. That's nice. Segregates. They won't be checking garbage now. He's done it.
Oh,
MBK can do this. He gets 3.
Oh, he got no bullets. Runs out of ammo. Malta trying to save the day, but already Alex's CZ's chimed in as well. They have the numbers. Malta's got the bomb. Charging in towards the site. Desperately trying to punch in the digits. He has to clutch. He has to ace clutch. With just armor, smokes, and pistols, Vitality looking to take this one from Grayhound, and they've done it. Perfect from NBK. 12 bullets in the clip and he takes 3, couldn't find the 4th.
Sure, MBK gets the kills, but that man in the screen right there, RPK, we heard him call it from the Arch side. As soon as he threw it, I knew it. They're never going to check it. They're assuming the player that resides towards Arch will be towards Library, which he was, but there it is. MBK gets 3 kills. It would have been 4, but he runs out of ammunition there. That was brutal.
On the head. You could just hear that sound, manages to escape through the smoke for a moment, but yeah, wow. Vitality, they went a huge round with very little.
Yeah, it's commonly overlooked spot, and because of the clock as well, they couldn't wait around. They didn't get the map control required. They go back towards A again, and like we said, those smokes, it locks them out, it segregates them. Everyone has to run through. There's so much confusion there. Wow, what a round.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize, Henry. You were talking, and I just started making sounds with my mouth.
It's
I couldn't
okay.
control myself.
There was a lot of excitement there.
Whoa. Could not handle that. He was low as well.
Oh, that was so hype. Wow. That sets the tone.
It certainly does.
Zywoo has the AWP now. They have an AK-47 in the hands of Alex. It's again Grayhound with AK-47s, Mortar with the MAC-10. Alex doesn't have a helmet, so he's vulnerable to that. Zywoo holding towards middle. Detects the utility, decides to fall back. Oh, he hears them. He knows they're crossing over.
He does. Zywoo poised to take this frag. Dick Stacey, nice positioning. He swings just in the nick of time to catch Zywoo. He knows the rotate's likely going to be coming in, escaping now towards the library side. NBK has got a nice little bit of a safe haven actually on that balcony. He has the RPK presence in pit to support him. Now with that gone, it can get so bad, but oh dear. So bad, a word I might describe that spray. Now just down to Sicko. He's not got a chance at that one. Apex is double, all too good. A triple in total. And Vitality off the back of the heroism in the round prior find their 6th.
You know, we'll take a seat at this point, knowing there could be a few turbulent rounds ahead here. They do have enough for a buy, but they're all sat at $4,000. They wouldn't have enough for an execution. It'd just be pure firepower. And that MAC-10, you're right. If it does get that second kill on MBK towards the balcony position, that could be a very different round indeed. Apex is already tagged up. You can see the look on the Grayhound faces.
It was Malta, I think, that was taking that spray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows the gravitas attached to that kill. If he gets it, they upgrade to rifles. They have another player towards pit. Apex doesn't have as much space to move around. It really came down to that. We've seen the MAC-10 do some unspeakable things this tournament, but it can't quite connect, even though NBK was flashed.
Yeah, NBK, though, 11 frags. Sure, Malta didn't quite nail that, but NBK making the best of the situation presented to him. He really has had his nose to the grindstone in pursuit of greatness in Counter-Strike. You've seen him attempt the in-game leadership role, try and rebuild regularly, hanging his head in dejection in recent big events. I say recent, perhaps that's not the word I should have used. In his road to this, Vitality. Ranked highly, sure. But it's the run at the Major that they are in hot pursuit of. Grayhound stand in their way.
Well then, they've got the smokes, flashbangs. With this sort of buy, the apartments is a tantalizing prospect. You can just flash off the chimney, smoke towards Arch. Normally the player from top and middle that will be assisting them. That's going to be Dexter for now. He throws a flash. I think this is them going in. Flash is decent. RPK has to fall back.
Yeah, he's going to drop that smoke to try and play around, but already Zywoo's kind of done all the heavy lifting. Dick Stacey and Malta were the only ones to actually get on towards the site. The rest are still locked out. It's a hard reset as they fall without making any impact. The rotate has come in. And speaking of rotate, look at Dexter.
How's he done this?
Yeah, he's going to likely get one hit. Takes Apex out before things get awkward. And you hear the call immediately come out from Apex. A bit of a scream. Zywoo, though, he's on for the ace and just the 4. Urcast PT50, yeah, just not necessarily being the operative word, because Urcast, his odds are stacked. He will grab himself an AK. That does change things. They know where he was. NBK has the info that he hasn't come B. He's holding that line aggressively, and so he's locked in.
Not much chance he can do a lot with this, but he'll give it everything he's got. RPK got his crosshair glued towards that library, and for good reason. Urcast couldn't escape. Pretty clean finish in the end. Looked a little bit dicey with RPK getting flashed so convincingly towards the pit, but Zywoo was there to make sure he denies absolutely any point of access towards that A side. So 7-3 now, but Csgo does have the AWP. Haven't seen much of that on the T side so far. And to be fair on the CT side, here's Zywoo with a replay of his defense, solid as ever, defending his teammate. And this is a nice idea from Dexter. He could have potentially let him go by and have a look at the side, but at that point he just wanted the rifle. He didn't want that to be eluded. So here we go. Apex, he couldn't believe it.
It's just so wild. I mean, that's must be terrifying. It goes from dead silence to a bullet in the back of your head. Look at this from Apex.
He's had enough.
He's had absolutely, completely and totally enough. All the way down Banana, a double kill. Dick, Stacy, and Csgo. 10 seconds into the round and now forced to watch as the 11th transpires.
Oh, it's another massive advantage here. RPK with different position this time. He sees the barrel of the gun. He should be able to get at least one here. There's a second available.
Oh,
he makes light work of them. Very controlled, very calm. And Dexter, 5 versus 1. He has had a great tournament so far, but this seems a stretch. He's all get naded slightly and picked off by RPK in the end. What a brilliant round. Apex running down the Banana there. The flames were there. They didn't see it coming. We said they haven't really pushed Banana that much. Been letting Grayhound have it, but they've thrown it in at a perfect time as the Orb's fully committed, thinking they can get up there without any utility at all. Look at him go. The flashbang again. It's Zywoo that backs Apex up. Pimp said it on the desk. He's known as an aggressive rifle Apex. Sometimes too aggressive for my liking, but that, you can't argue with those results at all. That is wonderful. Neil M facing his hands at this point.
I mean, if you're ever wondering how he's feeling, you really don't, you don't have to ask him.
Yeah. That's quite funny. Well, 3 AKs now.
His acceleration down Banana has really just put the fear of God into Grayhound on that Banana take. You won't be seeing Csgo go for that log peek anytime soon, I'm sure. Nice from Zywoo. Catches Malta from Boiler, but he was more of the investigative mission. It's more where that came from. Just the half by. Csgo, the only one without the armor. Looking for that AWP later.
He's going to have a guaranteed kill. Takes a bullet to the face, but will live on. 13 points of health. Drops the smoke, and rightly so. Wants to slow them down. Call for rotation. That will come in the form of Apex here, arriving with 100 HP. Hasn't got a helmet, but up against Deagles, not a big factor. They'll be waiting as we get under the minute mark here. They have a smoke for spawn, but they'll have to throw that on the fly as they make their way in. Flashbang goes through. Apex ready and waiting.
He plays these coffins so damn well. Got to find 2, and Dexter, a spot of resistance, but unlikely he can do anything more than that. Bullets into the smoke. He can't even find the bomb. Alex is staring at it in the smoke. Under his toes. They have the bomb. They got the kills, and so Vitality will likely find their 9th. Just 25 seconds. He's hoping to try and take one more. He can't. Closing in on double digits early. Vitality. I mean, this has been the story of the entire series. Defense, CT sides, and thriving once again.
Well, we know. We mentioned against Complexity, it was Grayhound that won 16-4. They managed to post 11 rounds on their CT side. That's where they do their best work. They need more than 3, though, on the T side, I think. If they can get 4 or 5, they'll be in good stead to keep this dream alive. But it is slowly dwindling away at this stage. We have got 3 AK-47s on the CT side now. A couple of M4s thrown in. Zywoo hasn't been relying on the AWP throughout this campaign. Final map of the Challenger stage here in Berlin. All for Csgo again. He got caught out towards Banana last time from that rush from the aggressive player Apex. MBK at the top with 14 and 5. It's Urcast 4. Grayhound just about of 8 and 8. Battered and bruised now, trying to find an access point. They do have a full buy here. But is there any more aggression from the CTs? 2 players towards B suggest not.
I think for Vitality, if it ain't broke, try and fix it. There's little spurts of aggression, likely Apex is cool. For now, they just keep things chilled. Stacy. A challenge for casters at times.
Or an opportunity.
Can't shorten his name down. Certainly not when I'm just saying players' names.
Call him Richard, I suppose.
Richard Stacy.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. Good flash. Malta just desperately trying to feign this presence towards brackets because you can see the bomb's not there. And they do force out the utility, unfortunately for them. They're part of it.
Are they going to be fooled twice by the same position? They've got to check it this time. Zywoo, strong smoke.
Malta has a molly, as does Dexter. So they're going to be flashing him through. Urcast, you've got to check this corner. Zywoo falls off, and the back's turned again. Surely not. Not the same amount of damage this time, just the one. Urcast is going to be kicking himself, though.
Got to start checking that spot.
Stacy's back's turned. I don't think a single member of Grayhound has seen their opponent. Malta third time's the charm. Catches a glimpse of NBK before his eyes are closed for this round. Csgo, the last man standing. NBK's just lining him up. He's having such a fantastic map here on Inferno. A triple from him. Csgo forced into a clutch scenario. Zywoo does catch the no-scope. Taste of his own medicine somewhat. Csgo just took a cursory glance before the smoke plumed, and now in the 1v2. Flash and Molly available to them. That's the Molly. Forces him into one of two spots. Doesn't catch the flash, and oh no! That was his shot. Couldn't connect. And now the double digits arrive for Vitality just 14 rounds in.
It would have to be in the ace clutch there from Csgo, and by his standards, he could have hit that shot. He knows it as well. If he gets it, he probably still doesn't win the round, considering how close the CT was. There was a chance, for sure. But still, NBK, how strong was this? It's so disappointing. It's the same position they overlook once again. You'd think they'd learn that lesson and maybe even Molotov that before committing, but it wasn't thrown, and you spotted it. They had it available, could have done it before they committed, but not meant to be. A cost them a frag, and the smoke down was too good. Double digits now, 10-3 in our final map of Vitality on the CT side of Inferno. A neutral map, normally the decider in most best of threes.
Damn, Alex has really just been, I say quiet, but he just hasn't been involved. He's got 4 kills, 5 deaths. It's like it's round 4. That's not how maths works, Alex. You want to try again? It's like it's round 5.
Yeah. I understand your point, though. Like, he doesn't necessarily have to be the one finding the kills. They're 10-3 up. The rounds they've lost, like, they were good rounds from Grayhound, and he hasn't necessarily missed anything. He's just providing the backup for his teammates here. The main fraggers, like the likes of Apex, MBK, Zywoo.
Exactly, and of course, you know, to quote one of the masters of Counter-Strike, you can only kill what's in front of you.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah. Csgo opening up, as does Dick Stacy, just the one. They weren't anticipating the boost, but they should trade, and they do. Grayhound, full access of the B site. That's the first time we've seen that so deep into their T side.
Versus 2, no chance this round really falls in favor of Vitality, but let's see where they want to go for it. It's going to be the last round next anyway. They've only got M4s to give away, so might as well see what's available. Smoked out though, and there's still 2 smokes available to Grayhound here. There they are. That pretty much confirms the victory at least, but can any damage be done? Kills would actually be relatively valuable here, because look at how low the money is. If they get 2 out of this, it won't be a full buy. There will be some compromises in terms of overall grenades, but I don't think anything really can be done here as MBK.
He's on his way down mid, actually. He could meet them. Nice work, Malta and Dexter respectively on either end of the map. You said 4 or 5 really does change things coming into the second half of our final map here. And well, Grayhound, they have got the 4th. Looking to try and give themselves the very best shot to keep things competitive. It has been great from Vitality on this defense, though.
Well, Neil Murphy's out of his seat here for the final round. He's been sat down, head in his hands for a while. But there is a chance now. If they get 10-5, we know they've got a strong CT side. Zywoo waiting to receive a weapon here. He's only got Deagle for the final round. He's got 2 grand in reserve. What's happening here?
What on
there
earth?
It is. He finally gets the M4. Bit of a mess, but they got it.
Problem solved. Alex on that AWP, likely had the spawn, falls off. Could be seeing a bit of a chop and change. Why not throw that in the hands of Zywoo? No, Alex stands his ground with it. No early damage from the CTs. It's somewhat of a rarity on Inferno. But for now, Grayhound Gaming go unscathed into the 70-second mark.
Grayhound, the 5th round. It's so important. It's a world of difference. 10-5 to 11-4. Especially when moving over to the CT side. Allows you to lose a pistol. And Alex trying to run the time down. Smoke deployed towards the mouth of the B bomb site. They have 1 player towards A. That's Malta.
So how many more are there? I'm looking. Apex has 1, and I believe Alex just, he's going to throw his now.
So they have another smoke after that. So that's great. So now at the 35-second mark, they can't really gain access to around 25 seconds. Apex should be dropping his smoke as soon as that one dissipates, and they've got a massive advantage. He's getting ready for an incendiary first. Trying to buy as much time as he can here.
Malta, he knows the CTs are going to get inquisitive, try and find info on A, and with that frag, that will start to incite some paranoia. Not if NBK stands his ground and says all clear. And here they go, accelerating. Dick Stacy is in first, and Apex manages to get him and back away. The smokes are arriving, their backs are turned. Double kill for him before he falls. Into the site is Csgo and Urcast. With 5 seconds left, Sicko's just got a punch in the digits. It's all on Urcast, the Molotov, but there's a flash, and there's frags from Alex. Great work. The Desert Eagles all he needs to find the 11th before we take the half break. Wow.
Well, there it is. is. Vitality will post the 11-4. It's a nice play from Alex there to stay alive in that situation. But like we said, it's Grayhound who have a solid CT side. It will be a difficult uphill battle here, but they can do this. We'll find out after this break.
The StarLadder Major continues live from Berlin. One spot in the Legends stage and two teams vying for it. Vitality, they had a spectacular start on the third map. They were defending Inferno. Grayhound Gaming, their opponents. It's been a lower bracket run of sorts. Of course, not possible in the Swiss system, but conceding their first two games.
As good as.
As good as, yeah. Best of threes from then on from Grayhound. 2 wins strung together. They need a third against their tallest task yet.
Just to talk about that last round as well, we talked about the smoke and the importance of timing those well. That couldn't have been better for Vitality there. Alex maybe could have denied the plant, but it's the last round. He wants to make sure he stays alive and makes things as uncomfortable as possible. Great stuff there. Pistol round well underway, apparently.
Goodness me.
4 versus 3. MBK, Alex and Zywoo remain. It's an advantage for Grayhound. Luckily, it wasn't the crescendo at the round, but look at the push from Banana. Grayhound really are forcing the issue here, and Alex, he'll find 2. It's going to cost him the round potentially here. It's up to Dexter to try and stay alive. He has to bomb towards a quad, and one bullet separates them from victory here. Csgo left in a 2 versus 1. Plant comes in, but not for long. It's now down to Alex. 2 frags to his name this round. And he was towards second middle. Now finds himself on the hay bales. Csgo spots him. Light damage inflicted. Does he go towards B?
He got the fantastic double kill. He has hightailed it, but will he commit? Yep, towards the arch he goes. Alex disappears, and he's going to be able to have that bomb down. No trouble at all. Csgo's got to solve this problem.
But he can't say definitively he's gone towards B. There's every opportunity for him to sit in library, wait for the rotation. So that's not guaranteed. He'll have to wait for the plant. He can't move, and now massive advantage for Alex. Luckily, those Csgo does have a smoke and a diffuse kit. Against the Glock, that makes things very uncomfortable. But Alex will be challenging from Banana. This battle will take place before he even gets close to the bomb.
Wow, so Csgo, he's going to have to stay silent. There is always a possibility that Alex is Banana. Unfortunately for him, he is investing his time wisely. Good shot from Csgo. That AWP precision present in the pistol, and that is important. Grayhound Gaming get the start they needed, and I think Neil's going to have a heart attack.
Is Neil okay?
Yeah, can someone check him? Can we get the medics on standby?
Wow, what a shot. The only way he can win that with the one ball, considering Alex's great position there, but he nails it. There it is. It's going to be a chance now. The bomb planted. There is a chance to buy up into this round on the Vitality side. They can bring out 2, maybe 3 AKs here. There it is. They are going to do that. A UMP as well. So 2 AKs, an SMG, and there'll be 1 player without anything. It's Zywoo who goes for Glock.
He's going to have
AK, that's the
right?
AK. So he threw Juggler back to him. That's great. That's the player you want it on. So let's see what can happen here. Apex will have a Deagle only.
It's a full SMG buy. That sometimes gets Henry a little antsy.
I don't like it a lot, I won't lie to you. Especially you got 4 MP9s and MP5 against AKs here. They're really pushing for the utility game here. We know how strong that can be. We've said how powerful it is with pistols. SMGs, it should be fine. But you have to do everything correctly.
It's all about communication and reading and just safe investigation.
And running that clock down. That's the most important thing. That's when the pressure really starts to mount.
Okar's going to get some information. Will they respond with utility? They don't. Restraint displayed by Grayhound Gaming.
They have to. They have to hope that There won't be a full commitment here, but RPK finds the first. I think they might just commit off this. They've got 3 players there ready to go. They haven't gone for it.
Ooh. Of course, we have that beautiful advantage of seeing how they set up. NBK, in the meantime, of all of this action on B, has been slowly maneuvering his way through apartments. Molotov arrives from the CTs, does deter NBK's advance towards the boiler room. Malta tucking himself in. Nice and tight on the balcony. Dexter with that SMG. He's going to be tested by the rifles. Zywoo wins that one. No sweat. Malta's aggression's caught as well. Oh no. Starting to dissolve their chances. Dick Stacy's already miles away. Sicko's on B.
Yeah.
And this one will be Vitality's 12th.
There it is. It's such a strong purchase with the bomb planted in the first round.
Yeah.
You get those AKs out, especially against this SMG. You can see they couldn't really go toe-to-toe. Unfortunately, they have the final player on the A side. He meets MBK with the same weapon as well. Very good at close range. He comes out on top, confirms the round, and Sicko and Dick Stacy will have to save their MP9s here. They don't have much else going into that next round. They'll get $1,400 per player. So can they... To be fair, they pretty much have to force it. They'll be double eco regardless. So saving the MP9s, they'll buy up what they can around them. That's a nice kill. That's $600 extra for Dick Stacy.
Yeah, Apex only had the UMP, so unfortunately for him, nothing particularly appealing for Dick Stacy to retrieve.
So yeah, with 1900 coming in next, I'm almost certain they'll buy into this with the MP9s they have. But time will tell. Vitality getting closer and closer to victory here. The third map didn't look possible after Dust 2.
Sure, yeah. I mean, this series has exceeded expectations for a multitude of different reasons, and it does look like we're into what you've predicted, Henry. It's the jankiest buy.
It's not great.
But it's so necessary. They've got to put up some resistance. They have to stop the bleed. Vitality so poised.
If they don't win this, Alex, they're going to be 14-4 down because they have the full eco next round.
So much on the line, and already you can see Dexter, he rolls his eyes. He knows the gravitas of that death.
Up to Malta now. Their only real chance here. MBK knows he can't give his life up here. They're heading towards B with the bomb. Okas will drop his smoke and try and get close to the half wall here. HE over will do reasonable damage. Just a little bit. A smidgen towards Apex. And RPK, that's more like it. He can get the upgraded weapon now. He's going to funnel them towards B. Are they going to fully commit, though? Still with plenty of time here on the T side. Okas spots 2.
Malta wasn't brave enough to go for that weapon. We'll see. Nice work from Alex to catch Urkas despite the flash. So with a disadvantage both in weapons and numbers, Grayhound, their odds infinitely stacked against them. That's not bad. Does he get away?
Yep.
They can't start to swing. Sicko just about to round a corner alongside Malta. 2 with this Mag 7 on different sides. And the map, another one! Malta bringing the heat. Huge work with the Mag 7. Tags another before Sicko finishes. Just Zywoo then to go 1 versus 2 to shatter the dreams of an impressive round from Grayhound. And he's got a real shot at it. Sicko's dancing with him on the site, but it's not for long. Molotov keeps Dick Stacy at bay for bomb retrieval. Zywoo's playing this perfectly. Smokes off the library side. Will get the bomb down. They can't be peeked immediately from short. Now holding the line.
Oh my goodness, if Dick Stacy can pull this one off, it'll be one for the ages. But Zywoo, always so good in these positions. He seems to have a solid understanding as to where Dick Stacy is positioned. His crosshair tracing him around, and he absolutely nails the headshot there. I can't stress enough how massive that round is. It doesn't matter, it comes down to the 1 versus 1. If Vitality win it, it's a full eco for Grayhound Gaming. The only saving grace they have is Malta got, what, 3 kills with a shotgun.
Yeah, okay.
He farms $900 per kill here. So he has $4,600 though. His teammates at $1,900 apiece. This is such a difficult call. I don't know what you do with this one. You just buy up into it knowing that Malta has a rifle. You take another eco, let it go 14-5. It looks like they made up their minds. Vitality will be in touching distance of the Legend stage after this round. Almost no chance of Grayhound here with just 1 P250.
Malta gave it his best go. Zywoo, though, just keeps his team in hot pursuit of the legendary stage. NBK catching Malta nice and early. Alex actually looking to use the Mac 10 to that long-range picks. We've seen players using it to great success at the longer ranges, and seems like close range was a bit of a problem for Alex there. Nice work from Dick Stacy. He advanced down mid, gets himself something. Every penny counts coming into the next, I guess.
Absolutely true. They've got an open B bomb site, but they are not aware of it. At this point, pretty much a formality. Will they be able to take anyone else down? Vitality holding patiently, waiting for any reactive plays here. They've confirmed at least 1 player. It's towards top and middle. MBK looking for the knife here. Salt to the wound.
Oh, he gets rumbled, but good work from him all the same. Catching both the frags, 3 in the round from him. And so now Vitality within touching distance.
Last life for Grayhound. Has to be a perfect game from this point. They will bring out the AWP for Sicko in round number 20. Haven't really made a dent yet. Vitality have been so tenacious in this third map. It's been close in some instances, but like I said, unless they close that round out with the shotgun sequence from Malta, it was all in vain.
Certainly. That was their shot. A small one. And so much hard work required after it, but that was one of them. They have another one here. Round 20. Full buy. Limited utilities already has been highlighted. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. Already a smoke deployed towards middle. Depleting their already questionable resources. Has found safe haven. It cost him a great deal of his health. That was.
If the flames go in there, you are absolutely toasted. And either way, he will be dropped. Looking for series points here. Vitality have a 5 versus 4. They're coming around thick and fast towards the arch. Good flash from Dexter. Might be able to find some wiggle room here. He's got a player in front of him. Can't quite get the kill here. It's so frantic, it's chaotic, but Vitality, one by one, find their opponents here. And it's now just Dick, Stacy, and Urkas giving it everything they've got. But it's not going to be enough now. 15-5. Less than $3,000 per player on the Grayhound side. Surely this is a done deal, Alex.
What a take. Just watching it from the CT's perspective, you realize a maze has been constructed from smoke. You can't understand where you're being shot from. There's bullets through the smoke, but there's bullets that have a line of sight on you. You don't know which ones you have to adjust to. Nightmare fuel for Grayhound. Dexter caught off in Graveyard, and this is what they have to bring into potentially the last round of the new Challenger stage.
The shotguns back out, the scouts, the MP9s. It's desperate at best now. Need 10 rounds in a row just for overtime. Looks like we'll be saying goodbye to Grayhound unless they can find something out of nothing. Banana control gifted to them. Urkas will be trying to fight back the best he can. The UMP by the half wall. They have a decent amount of utility here. It's just the firepower that's the main problem. What's the play? How do they get back on their feet?
Changing their mind, Molotovs do come in, and you can just see indecision present for Grayhound. It's all on this. Most important round of Counter-Strike they've played so far here in Berlin. And 10 necessary in a row.
Yeah.
I mean...
Seems like a fairy tale right now.
It really does. Let's see. In they go, Urcast and Dick Stacy. They're not going down without a fight, but Apex reminds them that he's not going to quit easy. Nice work from Urcast again with the UMP. Escaping, surviving, it's all necessary. Don't forget, the weapons aren't great on his teammates. Every kill he's got is a huge leg up, and that's big from Dexter. Dick Stacy, not necessarily finding all the frags, but all the damage. I wonder what it was in that round. I see his assists attached to almost every single one of those.
Well, that's the round they needed. 9 rounds in a row now. Possible on the CT side of Inferno. I can't stress that enough. Finding number 16 in this sort of circumstance, the pressure's really on. Could be a tricky one to close out here, especially if they start getting towards double digits here, Grayhound. They have the resources now. They have the firepower. Can they hold on?
I would be such a sucker for that A play we saw from Vitality, but again, I mean, I feel like Grayhound had no answer to that. Malta and Dexter were just locked as one of the many tricks up their sleeve. Let's see. Stacy's considering some aggression. Wow, it's such a crucial round. He wants to surprise. It's Apex. Of course it's Apex. The man who did it to them in the first half.
Down to 9 HP. You think Dick would just get out of here, but holds his nerve. Walking back now. 9 HP and he will get back to safety. 5 versus 4. Good opening pick. Need more where that came from.
How much more? Dexter and Malta to be tested. It's a great line. Just the one, though. Zywoo was so quick to trade. Malta's got to be the hinge, and he does. Perfect. Double kill. Just NBK. He has got out, and he can use this wall for some rather naughty angles. Dick Stacy did get a bit of a jiggle there. Not sure if he managed to convey that information or not.
NBK can win this. Just needs to find an opening. They got to swing out. You heard them counting down there. That's a nice Classic tactic there. If you're all facing at the same time, you can't kill everyone. Too many targets to approach, and there it is, 15-7. Brave moves there from Dick Stacy, dancing down the banana area, backed up by the flashbang. He gets that first kill and falls back to safety.
It is a lovely bit of insight we've been given by StarLadder here. It's like it's almost an alternative, somewhat of a solution to the desire for player comms. We do get just enough insight without invading the team's privacy. Yeah, when we lose all audio, you do get an opportunity just to get a little peek under the hood of how these Counter-Strike machines operate.
Yeah, you're right. Without giving too much away, we don't hear their initial calls and how they're setting up. It's just at the really key moments. It is quite cool. P50s, CZ's a chance for Grayhound to stabilize here. You never know. These are normally the rounds of closeout games.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. Let's see. Grayhound know that they have got 0 margin for error. Every round from here out has to be perfect, has to be so well executed. Csgo, that's a good start. He knows pistols are coming his way. He'll have some pressure applied, and that's perfect timing. Good work taking the rifle away from RPK, but it's in the hands of Zywoo now. Dexter catches another. Zywoo's AK's rather short-lived. And it looks like it will be the 8th for the boys from Grayhound Gaming. Just NBK tucked in on the mini pit. And that's the end of that. Neil M finds his voice once again.
I don't think there is a buy available, to be honest. It'll be more of the same. Another CZ round here. They invested a little bit too much there. RPK has 2,800, Zywoo beneath 4 grand, and Apex 34. No real signs of concern just yet because they know they've got such a buffer here. Yeah. But still, like I said, double digits comes through. Vitality might start to shrink. Deagle, CZ, PT50s. Might just want to go a much faster pace this time. I can see them going towards second middle with 4 players. I expect an apartments rush here, perhaps.
Precisely.
See if they want to do that.
Does look like that's the name of the game and the aim.
Ooh, this is what you're looking for, right? The smokes again. They're lining them up.
Loved this the first time round. It's going to be different, of course. The weapon's not ideal. Can't put the bullet through the smoke in the same way they did the first time. But Malta and Dexter, perhaps new positions for them for this execute. Up on the balcony playing anti-flash. Dexter in pit as well. Going to try and hold them at arm's length. Nades could do some significant damage to significantly help. But no, already into the site. Almost let into the site. Surely not this round. Not this one. Urkos doesn't want to let it happen. Catches Zywoo on his advance. Bomb down, though. Dexter and Malta, they're waiting for the whole team to arrive. It makes sense. They've got kits, they've got weapons, they've got nades. They don't have to rush this. And Urkos, he rushes straight into Alex. Goes low. No worries. And just NBK. Grayhound find the 9th. They needed 10 in a row to take us to overtime initially, and, well, this will be the 9th.
Yeah, they'll need 6 from this point.
Come on. 6 more to go. What a mountain that is.
It can happen.
Yeah, I mean, understandably, and a lot of the reasons and the explanations for that just cannot be quantified. It's Counter-Strike after all. Human beings with mouses, mice and mouses. You told me this one. Mouses and keyboards.
It sounds weird.
I feel like I'm being an idiot when I say mouses, but
it's not just for that reason.
Dictionary doesn't lie. There's lots of other reasons for that one. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a tactical timeout. Vitality just coordinating themselves. We get a nice view of the coaches here. You can see how much it means, especially to Neil. He wants to show this team has potential. Like we said, we are losing Urkos after this event. He wanted to deliver his best possible performance with the boys before his departure. If they can get to overtime here, that would be enough just to say it was worth it. It was a wild ride.
Yeah, I think the way he put it was the last journey with the boys memorable.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt that making Vitality sweat, hot under the collar, making them have to pull every trick out of the book to secure that status, that's memorable. No doubt. Sicko's aggression's rewarded. He's getting away with it as well. NBK, lucky to be alive. He's actually trying to do it. The Sicko classic, it's not far off.
Oh, what just happened there?
Where did all that bloodshed come from?
They did 2 grenades from the top of B, and they land perfectly. RPK down to 5, NBK 3. Double digits, we said, would be a potential turning point.
Yeah, Urkos, he's being flashed in. Didn't quite catch them, but that doesn't stop him. I think Stacy's flash is perfect. I tell a lie. Double kill, smoke. That's the dream.
Don't want to pick that up, it'll make a noise.
You're going to reveal everything because he glides away.
That works, though. It's a worthy upgrade for sure. Gets himself out of there. Alex now trying to strategize the next move here. There's still a slight chance he can win it here, but it's not looking good. They have 3 smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs, but MBK is the walking wounded right now.
We have seen Grayhound Gaming with some confidence in the face of a 15-match major point for their opponents. Dick Stacey has charged down Banana.
Well, all the pressure's released at that stage, right? Because you got nothing to lose. It couldn't get any worse than it was. So they're playing just in their normal game without pressure. But now, when they get closer and closer, it will start to look very exciting indeed for both teams. We'll see if they can close this one out first. 25 seconds remaining. Is looking very good for Grayhound. MBK low, but Csgo not smoked off. Nails the first shot. Gets Zywoo as well.
MBK has been completely locked out of this round because of that early damage as well. You can see he's positioned himself on balcony, hoping his teammates can give him something to contribute to. It can't be. Double from Dexter. It does make them smile.
Oh, of course, like Neil, it might be quite a character, but he does build the boys up. He makes them feel good. And when it's not a timeout, that's all he really can do. You know, he can't offer anything else apart from good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes, good times. See that again. This is how the round was secured. A fantastic flash from Dick Stacey. Plenty of them. 15 then to 10. Grayhound Gaming.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh, that's fast. What does he choose to do with it? Absolutely nothing. A quick nade, perhaps, but no damage done. It's been 5 in a row for Grayhound Gaming since Vitality found the 15th.
10 rounds now, 5. They've cut their meal in half.
What most people tend to do, Henry.
They cut the meal in half?
Yeah, and then maybe quarters and eighths, and then they chew it.
Yeah, you're right, I suppose.
Mac 10, Galil, some sacrifices certainly made. Zywoo's the one on the Mac 10. That's the bomb on his back too. Oh, the silence is broken. Spray through the smoke does connect, but it's trivial. Making no secret of their presence by brackets. They know they can be heard from anyone on site, and Dexter's going to be making that call, but this is quite the call. Do you want to send Zywoo out and about? Smoke off towards Speedway so they can try and clear this out, but Sicko's ready and waiting. Perfect connection. Now looking to adjust.
He's got to play right by the library, though. Apex gives himself up. The preemptive spray around the corner works fantastically. Is it enough to gain them access towards the A side? This is where it could all end now. Dexter needs to find at least 1 kill. It's scrappy on the A side. This could be it, Alex. 4 versus 2. Dick Stacey and Urkas with the impossible task now. They've done so well to get themselves in this position, but it might not be enough.
It's going to be so tough, so tall of an order. Huge work from Apex. Takes Csgo out just in the nick of time. NBK's low, so is Alex. This isn't impossible, but it should be enough. Good connections onto NBK. Just one man stands between Vitality and the next stage of competition. That's one, and that's all they'll get. Vitality, they really had to work for it. Grayhound Gaming put in a valiant effort, but the number 2, it's been a wobbly start to the Challenger stage, but they do manage to stabilize, and Vitality will be attending the next stage of competition.
Commiserations there to Gray.